welcome to the show. You look incredible, like a dessert that owns a yacht.
That's exactly the vibe I was going for. You know, sweet, but slightly out of your tax bracket.
Mission accomplished. How does one even shop for a suit when your head is...
Gold on my neck, gold on my hand, purple with the stripes, that's the walk of a man. Sidewalk shining, city lights humming, every step I take, they know a boss is coming.
Yo, I'm taking all your leg warmers, keep them locked down tight. Gangsta claws rolling deep, Christmas night is my heist. Blazing the whip, gotta vanquish the needs, my kingdom for some poppy seeds, yo.
Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yay!
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me, or I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me, or I'm a man.
You know what? I talk to your mayor.
Army of one. Getting masked up and rolling over snitches. Sitting them like the cruise line, baby, to throw out the E-stitches. A wrecking ball to all their scams, the grifts they sold as free. The lawyers, the lies, the 50s is paid, blocking out the only me. How many claims are left in ruins? Oh, let us count the ways. A memorial, 20K on fencing, a fortune turned into 18K. What's the sound of two brain cells fighting for last place? If you guess the ecosystem, that's right. You got lies about money, a fortune squandered, thousands flagrantly misused. And unlike sickness, there's sadly no cure for stupid. This isn't just a mic drop, it's yet another nuke, asking what they're gonna do when their money turns to poof. The greatest truth out there, they know the truth in what I wrote. But to quote you ecosystem pals, they've already tossed you off the boat. I hope you can float, lady, because they've abandoned you. Abandoned. That's right.
All right, what's up, folks? Welcome to a Christmas Day, very special stream with, well, somebody that's had a lot of discussion about them lately. Tina, what's up, Tina?
Merry Christmas.
And Merry Christmas to you too, man. It's been a wild one. How'd your Christmas go?
Nice and relaxing and just taking it all in.
Yeah, I think Megan must be in Christmas shock too. I text her, I was like, "Where are you?"
She sleep.
Probably an hour ago. She was communicating and stuff, and now she's disappeared. Yeah, I understand though. If it were like my kids woke me up at 3 a.m. this morning, because I messed up. I accidentally told them that, when when everybody gets up, that's when we'll open presents. I didn't say you couldn't wake me up. So,
Let me guess. They woke you up. Dad, you're awake. Let's go.
yeah. Well, the little one was like 3 a.m. She was like, Dad, are you awake? I heard her. I heard her right away when she was started, and I didn't even respond. So I wanted to see what she'd do because I was like, oh gosh, here we go. So she got in there. She was like, Dad, are you awake? Got closer. Hey, Dad, are you awake?
No trampoline effects, I take it.
Yeah, well, at least, no jumping on me yet, thank goodness. But I love it still. The
Oh, I
kids had a
miss
great
those
week.
days. You're lucky.
Oh yeah, I love it. I kind of love watching their reaction. That's the whole thing built in. Oh man, by the way, I hope everybody enjoyed the poppy seeds in the intro. That was yeah, you gotta love those, right? Because everything boils down. All bad decisions start with poppy seeds. You
Of
know that?
course they do.
Yeah, in fact,
Every morning.
I was working on something to make sure, I really drilled that. See, check this out. I did a little here. I'm going to put this on our screen here with us. So yeah, look, I was working on an advertisement campaign where you
I
look
like that.
normal. Yeah, masks by umbrella. Hey, what's up? What's up? You're hiding. Oh yeah, it's all like normal again. Until you start putting pop seeds in your diet. Yeah, because choices, good or bad, start with a seed, right? And then
Right.
man, oh, wait a minute. I'm in, but I have no idea what I'm doing. And then, wait, there's the cops. wait, I can explain. Sometimes you got to make large withdrawals. Yeah. Sometimes you need leverage. Yeah.
Oh, we know some people like that.
Exactly. Oh no! Oh, got to outrun the cops. Oh no, the cops are firing.
Wait, is that a loofah?
Oh gosh, I didn't realize, by the way. I'll play the rest of those tomorrow. I've got a bunch of them. They're funny, but they all build into your poppy seed choices. Yes, I didn't realize that the loofah mobile actually had loofahs stamped on the window until yesterday. Yeah, if anybody missed that. So 2L and the gang decided they would go on a tour of lights, which I don't think anybody told them that you need to go, I don't know, 10 miles an hour or so to see the lights. Probably not 30, 35 in a golf cart. All you can see is blurs going by in their chat. But somebody in their chat goes, is that the loofah mobile? And I thought they were joking, haha, that's funny, until I noticed across the front it had the word loofah across it. Oh my gosh.
Good times.
Yeah.
Just imagine.
That was something else. So how are you doing, Tina? You have you have garnered quite the attention as of late.
I know, right? It's crazy.
They've been trying to guess like who you are, where you are, what
Well,
you
I
might
am
say.
the real Tina.
Yep.
And let's see, I'm in Florida and I'm in Pennsylvania. They got 48 more chances to get it right.
Right. They keep loading it up to guess. They were really adamant that you were in Jacksonville.
Well, I used to be.
Yeah, well, they well, I mean, I've been in Jacksonville. Now, I didn't live there, but technically I'd been there, right?
Well, I've been to Germany, but that don't mean I'm there.
Yeah, that's true. I've been to
But like
Jersey.
I said, if they're smart enough, 48 more times.
Yeah, they get some kisses there. It was interesting because they seem to get a little upset because you recently popped up as a witness, right?
I did. Guilty as charged.
Oh yeah. So I'm gonna ask some questions.
Let's go for it. I'm ready.
Yeah, you wanna tell us first of all, what were you gonna be a witness for? Would you like to tell the
The
class?
thumbnail case. I wanted to make sure that everybody on the planet, the naysayers and the supporters, all know that she is lying through her teeth. Bruce Manskin helped her write every pleading in every case. And
Yeah.
yes, she said that to me out of her mouth.
Yeah.
That's a quote.
Well, and she said on top of that, if I understand correctly, that she would lie about saying that as well.
She did indeed. She said that she wouldn't have to disclose. She'd just lie and say a friend. And I was like, really?
That's so bad. You know, it's funny because it looks like tabs are coming in due. I just noticed that that lips, you know, we've had sanctions to be determined on on LP, and now lips. Let me see the total amount that she would presently owe would be $388,479.77. So lips had a big one against her too.
You gotta love the stupid. You really
Oh,
do.
well, it's just amazing because you know the bills do come due one day. They always come due. So you know, I got a lot of questions about LP. In fact, well, first let me note this: the ecosystem. They seem to keep telling their viewers that myself and LP, we never spoke to one another before.
I know. And you know, it's the craziest thing the way that went down, Tug. It's like she told me, get him on the phone. John's not here. Get him now. So I called you on my house phone.
Well, you know, we had that message in September. So with that, I know there was an attempt in October to get me, and we just couldn't align, you know, because she wanted to do it stealthy and quick.
Well,
And
she had to. Nobody could know. John couldn't know. Lisa couldn't know. Bruce couldn't know.
right, yeah,
Hell,
she's
I don't
selling
even
them
think
all
she
out.
wanted to know.
She had to sell them all out, you know. But yeah, it's funny because weirdly, she blames you for all of that now. You know, oh my God, Tina, man, you know, and it's like Tina didn't, you
I
know.
know. I got the threat. Remember, I'm
Yep.
sitting there listening to the stream, and my messenger goes off, and I look down, and I'm like, "What in the heydays is this?"
Yeah, that
So
was
what did I do? Levy County Sheriff, I'd like to make a report, please. I'm not playing.
well, you shouldn't. I mean, you know, these people, they like to game too much. You put it on record, even if Levy County doesn't want to do, they've been useless as far as I can tell for everybody when it comes to her. But you make a report that way, you know, these people, they want to make threats. They
Oh, I've
definitely
got a
don't want.
paper trail going. We've got one in Chiefland, which I don't think they assigned a number to, but I know it's memorialized in that officer's notebook.
Mhm.
And I definitely have one in Levy County. And if they want to continue to play, I'll just keep stacking them up.
It's just amazing to me, you know, that maybe I'll pull that up real quick. Give me 1 second here. I'll pull up the wonderful threat while we're speaking, you know, because that was definitely it was an interesting one, you know, and again, her
It really angered me, I'll be honest.
why is that?
Well, my cousin was murdered that Saturday. Everything, my husband's not in the best of health. I lost a son. So her words right there, they didn't hurt me. Michelle, if you're listening, you did not hurt me. What you did was you lit a fire that you will not be able to put out.
Indeed. That's great too. Actually, I lost it. I pushed the button. I've got to pull it back up again. You know, it's funny. I was showing Tina how to use StreamYards to get on here. And I'm like, yeah, no, you know, we do this, we do that. We don't push this. And then I pushed the wrong button. Well, I'm a host. So yeah, this was what she sent you. You are a deceptive. I like how the doubles do. Deceptive, evil human being.
Evil.
Yeah, why are you deceptive, evil? I mean,
She
your
was probably
compound.
stuttering,
Apparently, she's so mad she's
tripping on her tongue.
Human being. And I hope God punishes you in ways that he has never even thought of yet. You deserve every bit. I mean, this is crazy. Every bit of it, every bit of pain and agony that you go through in the rest of your miserable life. You are a lying piece of take that and deliver it to everyone.
And I made sure everyone had it.
Indeed. Well, she told you to. That was her direction.
Absolutely, just like she told me I could send whatever I wanted to send to you.
Yeah.
So I did.
Well,
And then little Miss Lisa comes out with that meme, how many people can be held accountable? Well, let me give you a little school in there, Miss Lisa. I did not give anyone permission to share my conversation with Michelle. So
yeah,
I
she
had
said
her
that she
permission
had
card.
yours. She
Yeah.
said she had yours. Yep. So that's true.
So she does not have my permission. They might want to keep that in mind.
Indeed. Indeed. You know, it's funny. They were like, well, you know, that conversation that Tug's talking about is one between Tina and Michelle. I was like, well, that's weird because you can hear us all three talking in that. You know?
It was like my phones were fornicating, no joke.
Yeah.
Y'all
Yeah.
were literally laying on top of each other.
Yeah, can you explain a little bit of like how all that actually let's
Actually, would you like a visual? I will actually show everybody. Hold on. Just ignore the dogs. Okay, let me see. Let me make sure I don't do anything wrong here. I just hit that button, right? Ah, there I am. Yay!
Yeah.
Okay. So we have home phone. We have cell phone.
Mhm.
We go like this.
Yep. Had to put them together.
Only it was that way. My bad. It was that way.
Mhm.
And you guys were sitting on the arm of my chair,
Mhm.
and I was there, so it wasn't derailed.
Yeah. Yeah, you had to that's the thing. Like I've told them I will never put out if they want to get consent, which beforehand it was made very clear that I would be recording. That was
Yes, you did. You absolutely said that 100%.
yeah, which is recorded, but also I made sure to note that beforehand as well. But it is
I think
recorded.
you even
as
said
well.
it during the conversation.
Oh, I did. I said it at the beginning. You know,
Yeah.
I did. I've got it recorded, like I said. So it's good to go. But it's funny because Michelle Preston, all of them want to pretend that Michelle hasn't been sitting around talking way out of school. And I thought, man, you know, if you think she was talking way out of school to me during conversations, whoa, man.
They have no clue.
Oh, yeah, the stuff they're saying. So how did the conversations with you and Michelle start, by the way?
Well, it goes back a year or two when they started attacking my dead son.
Okay.
And that's how I had her contact. Now, I want everybody to understand this. We talked over Facebook Messenger only. Okay? There was nothing. It was only over Messenger. So I sent her a messenger when you were talking about helping her hold Lisa accountable for all the missing donation money. And I know there's thousands. There's thousands that it's not accounted for. I'd like to see an accounting.
Right.
So I prayed on it. I talked to a couple of people about it. And I just, I said, God, put me where you need me. And next thing I knew, I'm sending her a message. And that's where it all began.
How long did that go? How long did you all communicate? Like, again, I know when you say Facebook Messenger, first of all, she did not just messages. She likes to, you can see it in the screenshots, actually, that we have, like where
She voice clips a lot.
Yeah. I mean, well, you can see some of the conversations too on there. Some of them are long, but she'll make audio calls through Facebook as well.
Yes.
And let's see, because like here you can see the audio call. So you can see an hour and 13-minute one after she's, this is the October 21st when she was like, hey, can you, do you have an email or something for that tug? And by the way, camper, but you can see she's making lengthy calls. So
yeah, we were on the phone for hours and hours and hours. And let me just put this out there. It was never my intent to intentionally hurt Michelle. I actually wanted to help Michelle regain the money so Harley would get out of a shed,
right,
get into a home, have furniture. The money was there. It was there. And the But anyway, let me get you back. I'm squirreling. Squirrel brain.
No, you're good. Actually, you're doing very good today. You've never been on a live stream or anything else. Actually, doing
No.
quite
And
good.
let's clarify that too for these people, because they're going to spin it that I'm hopping on the coattails of you and Jeremy Hales. No, I am not. You will never, ever, 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 ever see a channel for me. Ever. Okay.
For you, I've talked to you a few times by now, making sure that, everything, first of all, I understand. Actually, I've gotten to the point where, I like to know people too. I like to know if they're telling the truth, and hell yeah, there's way too much proof. They have no idea how many texts she sent, all of this other stuff. There's just so much proof.
Well, we're going to show that to them here in a little bit, but I want to make sure that she's in there, and then I will address that little demon.
Well, she liked one of the things I thought was interesting was the proof that she liked to talk smack about. Lisa was a main target for sure, because she wanted Lisa in jail, but Lisa, it wasn't reserved just for Lisa.
No, it was Bruce. It was John. She didn't really have too many. I don't recall her saying anything bad about Tori or Stacy or Tammy.
I don't know. I remember a certain Tori.
Well, Tori is iffy. Yeah.
I guess we'll leave some of the comments on the side for those people.
But let me tell you, she had shall we say, a Woody for Lisa.
Yeah.
And she never talked to Lisa. John talks to Lisa.
Yeah, one of the things we found out that I thought was kind of crazy is that according to her, she didn't even have a phone number for Lisa.
According to Michelle, she did not have her phone number, and they communicated, as she did with me, through Facebook only. And I find that kind of odd. If somebody's raising money for me, I'm going to have your number. I'm going to know what's going on. And, in hindsight's 2020. And she regretted all of that. So
I'm sure she regretted it when all that money didn't go her way. You know?
Well, you asked about the date.
Yeah.
I pulled it up.
Okay.
And it was August 8th at 5:55 a.m. I want to make sure she saw it first thing.
Yeah.
And I said, Michelle, and there's 5 dots. Please reach out to Tug. 4 dots. And I sent a screenshot of your post on Facebook asking her to reach out to you via emails because she was abandoned.
Right.
And you want to help her get the money. I wanted to help her get the money.
Yeah.
And I'm only one person. I am one of thousands of Hale supporters, Lisa supporters, people that are in this to make sure that child got out of a shed.
Right.
And the contractors, you're going to get me going. Go ahead and ask questions, Doug.
Well, I think one of the things to note in this too is that you were friendly with her. You kept your mouth shut for a long time about her.
It was, because it was nobody's business. Michelle, I consider to be a quote unquote friend, but you know what? You don't treat friends badly.
Yeah, and she has a habit of treating friends very badly. It's not just that threat. That was in a long line of going and treating badly. She likes to scream at people, and you can tell about it.
She accused me one time of doing something a couple months back. I'm like, I didn't do it. Here's my proof. Don't do it again, because if this continues, So, and I was angry, so I lied to her, and I'll say I lied because I'll own my lie.
Mm-hmm.
I told her I broke my phone so I didn't have to talk to her. Well, what the heck do you think happened when I landed in Florida? What's the first thing Tina does?
Broke your phone.
I broke my phone. So I guess that was karma biting me in the butt, but that's all right.
Yeah, I mean, she liked to. It wasn't just her either that liked to scream. Just to make that clear, you talked about Cook trying to get on the phone, and
No, he wouldn't. He wouldn't get on the phone. He would scream for her to get off the phone, and not to trust me. He control, in my opinion, from what I heard on the outside. Don't tell her this. Don't tell her that. And he runs back and tells Lisa.
Yeah.
And I told Michelle from the get, she needs to fall on the sword, take her lumps, and move on, and do it without these people. I mean, she had a lawyer screaming at her. And I'm going to tell you, I heard 60-40, and I'm not sure exactly where I heard that from, so I can't definitively say it's here or there. If she owed Bruce 40% of anything she would have ever gotten from anybody, and I know she'd never win against Jeremy. That ain't going to happen. But if she were ever to be awarded anything, that's 40% plus cost. But then she sends me a message and tells me, oh no, he's not charging us anything. He's doing it out of the kindness of his heart because he's such a great guy, as he's calling her and cussing her out. Well, if I'm going to pay you, I'm not going to pay for you to cuss me out.
Oh, no. Well,
and then they bring in all this other garbage. I mean, where are they finding these people? The bottom of the barrel?
Yeah, pretty much.
It's gross.
Well, it is crazy. I mean, the 60-40, that is in that contract, by the way. So she was right in that. Actually, I'll pull that real quick. So,
well, that means if she were to even win a penny, then he gets 40% plus costs. Now, if you're on the phone with an attorney who charges an hourly rate, you're going to end up owing him money.
Oh, yeah. And you remember he said, so one of his first discussions about how much he was worth, he said, I'm worth about $500 on that. So if you go say, he was having a daily talk, just 1 hour at $500.
Oh, it was more than once a day, though, Tug. Yeah. That's the whole thing. It was more than once a day that he would call her, she would call him.
See, that's wild to me. Here's the contingency fee. So you can see it on line 7. I put up on here just to know. They had a 40% that was supposed to be split with 70 for Scott Starkwood, which would have been 28% of the gross amount, and 30 for Bruce, which would have been 12% of gross amount.
They scammed her because it was always pro bono.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. It kind of amazed me is she would say that that's free, and I'm like, that's not free. There's nothing in there that's free whatsoever. You know, that says they expect high dollar. And if say again at the 1 hour, so if they're going over, if they went with 2, oh man, you're talking much higher. But just at 1 hour per day for a year at $500, that's $182,500.
Yeah,
billable hours.
Yeah.
I mean, that's crazy.
He's an ambulance chaser. I mean, he's breaking so many laws, it's not even funny. And what really blows my mind, as an officer of the court, he is watching people commit felonies and rooting them on.
That's wild to me. It's crazy in hearing some of the things she said about him, because she would talk like it's funny how she speaks about things too, because she would do the whole I'm not gonna, well, me and Bruce, we had our differences and I'm gonna leave it at that. And it's like, then she wouldn't leave it at that. She
goes on and on and on and on and on.
Oh my gosh, boy, she said some nasty things about her. I kept thinking, wow, for the guy who she wrote all this about, she had some pretty nasty things to say about him.
On a daily.
Yeah. What kind of feedback did she give, let's say, on old Brucey Bruce?
That he's aggressive and he's abusive. He must not like women is the phrase she would use. But he would, and I'm not going to sit on your stream and cuss, but he would call her a female dog.
Oh, wow.
An a-hole. you know, and literally scream, not talk. I mean, she talks loud,
Right.
but he would scream. And no, you're not going to. And I asked her, I said, why are you letting him talk to you like that?
Right.
I don't think she has a spine. She does not have the backbone to stand up to anybody. I mean, look at what they're doing to her.
Right. Well, she had it for like a hot second, and then she decided to not only lose that. One of the things she does again is anybody that helps her, like whether that be you or myself, she turns on people. And she would turn around, like I said, I'm not going to abide somebody threatening to sue me and putting it out in the world that, you're going to call us cyber harassers and more. I'm like, the woman's talking to me behind the scenes.
Yeah.
You
And
ain't going to threaten me.
Just 4 days after my first message to her on August 8th, okay, we are talking about Lisa. Lisa comes up about the permits. And apparently, and I don't want to read this verbatim on here, but the gist of it is they had a crew to do it, but something always popped up. Can't get there. Something came up. I think that happened 3 times, if I recall correctly. And then no more permit. Permit expired. Tell me why, if she cared so much about Harley, why did Lisa let that child sleep in a shed from March until November?
Indeed. You notice that she came off my. By the way, you would be one that would know about the little lawyer. This is a fun little dilly. I thought we would talk about. By the way, let's talk about the lawyer thing. Since we're talking about letting someone sleep in a shed, she wouldn't come off money, which that's Lynette talked about it a lot. But she decided, well, she must need to come off some money for a lawyer. And yeah, you had a front row ticket to that one.
I certainly did, and it was amazing to me. It blew my mind. Here, let me scroll all the way. I had it all the way to the top. Now I got to scroll all the way to the bottom. So I'm sitting around on Wednesday, Thanksgiving Eve, and she's all excited because she got a lawyer in Ohio. And come to find out, the way she got that Ohio lawyer was she told the Tina down there on her road. I don't know her last name, Brian and Tina.
Yeah, the neighbors. Yeah.
Yeah, the neighbor Tina. She told her stuff about Lisa, same old stuff about the permits and yada yada. But she told her that once she got out of everything that she was going through with this, she was going to sue Lisa for the donations. And I was actually going to help her fill out the IC-39, I think the form was.
Yeah.
And Tina ran back and snitched on her and told Lisa. So Lisa, Thanksgiving Eve, and I'm trying to get the times, but Lord, there's a lot of conversations and I'm still scrolling. Lisa decides she doesn't want to get sued, I guess, and gets the phone number from John. She tells John, fine, give me the phone number. I want to talk to somebody because, she's got to be involved. Michelle said she had to be involved in everything, which I don't understand. It ain't none of her dang business. But, yeah, I think I'm down here now. I'm almost there. Sorry, guys.
You're fine. Actually, you're doing quite well again. I know you were nervous for interview, but you were doing quite well.
I am. I'm sitting here antsy.
I understand that too. But, it just, like I said, it's just like a conversation. You just sit back, have fun. You're doing great. So.
Well, thank you. Okay. Well, we were on the phone. Let's see. I can't play a voice clip because that's a no. Okay. She says that she's basically waiting for somebody from his office to call back.
To note too, voice clips, by the way. When people send Facebook messages, she sends voice clips. That's what you're
Right.
talking about. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Correct.
So she likes to send those. So again, just to make that clear, that's not they were like, there's this or that. No, we're talking about things that Lynette Preston sends, text messages, voice messages. Oh, you'd be shocked by the amount of stuff.
Oh, they'll see. I'm going to show them. They're going to see the thread, and I'm not going to let them read the verbiage, but they're going to see how long this thread is.
Okay.
That way they can't say, oh, it's edited content. No, it's not. So November 26th at 4:47, they were told that they could not get the money from John's family.
Yeah.
So John reaches out to Lisa. Then at 7:23, I get a message in all caps. Can you talk quick? So we talked for 54 minutes and 9 seconds at 8:33.
Mm-hmm.
I'm on the phone while John is talking to Lisa about hiring this attorney in Ohio. Lisa wants to talk to somebody in the office. It's 8:30 at night on Thanksgiving Eve, but this attorney was gracious enough to take a call. Somebody in his office, I don't know if it was him, somebody took that call, and somebody got money from Lisa to pay for the attorney, and she had the attorney. Lisa paid for the attorney. There was a PayPal fundraiser that John had done, and there was like $600 in there. Lisa told him to take that down, and she would make up the difference. She got the lawyer. It was paid for. So if you can come off $6,000 for a lawyer,
Mm-hmm.
Lisa, why didn't you come off $6,000 to house that child in a freaking camper?
Well, I think you answered that question when you said that the neighbor Tina went running back because it sounded like Michelle might actually get her ducks in a row and go forward. And well, I hate to say that was, but let me say it this way. I suppose that wasn't the first time that she had done something. There is the wonderful thing that they don't seem to want to believe, but there was a certain probation officer that she.
Oh, yes, indeed. A lot of phone calls were made by her, not by me. I just provided the information.
Right. Well, that's one thing. So I will say that the day that we ended up talking, that was the day that the mugshot of Gabe ended up going around, and Michelle, she'd seen it, because that comes up as part of that day, and she wanted to know if it was real. So, Tina had talked to her, and I ended up talking to her too. And I was like, oh yeah, we can show you the real link where this comes from. It's legit. It's 100% legit. Michelle wanted to, it amazed me. She did no background on any of these people. She believed they were all, they weren't these things, even though there were criminal records and more. She believed them when they said that was all fake.
Yeah, sadly she did. And Lisa, and she's all the time accusing you guys of copy and paste and editing and this, that, and the third.
Mm-hmm.
I used to follow Guapo too. And I stopped following Guapo when they decided to do a live stream together and put some trash on the internet that wasn't true of a supposed sealed case in Ohio.
Oh man. I remember that, I caught when they did that. That was just nasty. That actually, I think that's more of, that says why you would sue a person,
Exactly. And, like I told her, and I said this to her, I can't even count the number of times. Had she not gotten involved with Bruce and with Lisa, the PR team, okay, a PR team is supposed to make you look good.
Right.
It's not supposed to run your name through the dirt and then some.
Right.
Jeremy's always being accused of content creation, He needs it for content. Well, I'm sorry, but for the past, 17, 18 months, every night for 5, 6, 9 hours, that's all we heard.
Right. It's true.
Who was using who for what?
Oh, there were a couple of questions too about Levy County, because they've talked about contacting Levy County a lot, and Beecham even came up in the conversation, so that I had. So, as
Well,
far as Levy,
I can tell you, Levy County, I know where you're going with this, so I'm just going to cut you off.
okay. No, it's good.
I'm flustered. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Never have to apologize, either. I also talk a lot, so
You got me going now. See, you flipped my Beth switch. So, I learned from Michelle that Lisa decided she was going to go meet with Levy County about the permit thing and the donations, because she was questioning it. I guess I don't know why she did it. It's none of her daggone business what Michelle was doing. All she needed to do was write the check out of the donations. But she went and met with the police, and they're after Jeremy. They want Jeremy. What's the fixation? Somebody make me understand. Why is everybody fixated on Jeremy?
I think Levy County doesn't like the fact that he exposed some of the corruption and nastiness that goes on in that little space.
Well, I'm going to tell you in just a short time. Now, people, I want you to understand, I didn't know these folks, and I still don't know these folks. I met him for the first time last week. Met him, George, Deanna, Patty. They're great people.
Yeah, as part of the case. Like you said, you're going to be there.
As part of it. I was a witness. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm, like I said, one of many. Thousands, probably. I don't know how many are in here. I can't see anything. But
there are 2,896 people currently watching that are showing,
Okay, so out of the 2,900, I'm almost willing to bet 3/4 of those people are with me in saying why. We stand with Jeremy because this is ridiculous. The lying, it's got to stop. It has to stop. They're all the time preaching about being godly. Apparently, they don't know their commandments, because they definitely ain't loving no neighbor.
Did you hear a lot about godliness too from Michelle?
Oh, no, but I tell you, you could feel it. Doug, I'm going to tell you that there is something very special about him and George and Deanna and Patty. I walked in, and Miss Tracy and Crystal, I just love them all. But I am scared to, this is true story now. We're going story time. We're squirreling. I'm scared to death of chickens. It's a phobia. So badly that one was flying or trying to get over the car, and I jumped in the backseat of the car to get away from it. Okay. Turkeys, chickens, I'm scared to death of them. But his chickens met me at the car when I pulled into the schoolhouse, and I didn't react. And it was the weirdest thing ever. And my husband doesn't even understand it. I don't understand it. And then I walk in and I hear the song Hallelujah, my favorite Christian song. But you get a sense of peaceful chaos, I'll call it. But you could feel it there. That's why I said the words I said that night. You could actually feel the presence. And there's just so much joy and so much light that these fools are stifling, that they have stolen. And it's time that we all band together, get behind Jeremy, and help him get his life back.
Yeah, it's been a mess. They've ran off a lot of people with microphones. I know a lot of people out there there are thousands and thousands of people that have stood with the guy. Like, they've ran off people too. They've tried to convince them of very terrible things that obviously they have nothing to back it up with. But they tried. Boy, they created, like you said, fake. Just absolutely fake lawsuits, and just gross stuff. I wouldn't even mention this stuff. If people saw it come up, they know what's being discussed there. If not, I'm sure you'll see it in the courtroom one day.
Oh, I hope so, because you could, I mean, any lay person, anybody with any legal experience, crap, my 10-year-old granddaughter could probably tell you the picture on that piece of paper was a robot. And it doesn't take a genius to figure out you cannot get court documents in a sealed case. I don't care who you are.
Well, if they had court documents in some sealed case, they would show them.
Oh,
They've
yeah.
proven that. They would have leaked them to their pals or something.
Well, I'm sure, I'm sure I'm probably going to be in for a roller coaster ride after this, but I'm going to say this. And Tug, excuse me if I come off harsh here.
Mhm.
But if they decide to come play in my playground, I'm one stubborn girl. I'm a grit. I'm a girl raised in the South, and I will dig my heels in.
Well, I learned one thing anyway. No matter what happens in my life, I should blame it on one thing. Here, I'll put up the
Jeremy.
visual. Yeah, if not that, I'll blame it on poppy seeds. Look at
Poppy
that. Oh my
seeds.
gosh, poppy seeds.
Can you believe the idiocy? I mean, seriously? Oh, that's funny.
I was very entertained by those. The whole poppy seed thing. Oh, so ridiculous. Yeah, that's why I failed. Oh, that goes back. So with Michelle, once she wanted all the proof about them. She was like, yeah, send it over. And as you can attest, yeah, I sent a lot over.
Oh, yes. And we discussed it at length. And I told her, I said, you really need to pull up. And I literally walked her through how to pull it up and read what these cases are about. Because if she would have put 2 and 2 together, she would have gotten 4, not 5.
Right.
Because it's all right there in black and white. It's public record. We're not saying anything that somebody can't pull up. They've done this in the past. And what really yanks my chain is they continue to do it. And those that are supporting her, good for you. But if you're giving her money, you're a fool.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's funny, though. At the same time, they already gave her money. It didn't it didn't leave certain people's hands. You know what I mean?
Well, those people, if they have any doubt, and like I said, I'm not in this for anything. I want nothing. I didn't even want to thank you. I want a home for that child.
Right.
And if those people have any doubt, take it from somebody that's not involved in the YouTube realm. I'm just me.
Mm-hmm.
They need to get involved. They need to stop. They need to come forward. I know Jeremy said, email him. Y'all can email Tug, email Megan, email somebody, because what happened last year is wrong. Do the math. Look at what only me gave, Tug. How much did he give?
There have been other. He gave $56,000. So
there's not $56,000 worth of anything on that property. Oh, let's talk about the property for a minute, can we?
Yeah. Anywhere. You know what? If you want to go any direction, you go any direction. By the way.
Okay. So I fly into down there, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I get there, and Jeremy says, "You want to go for a tour?" Sure, why not? So we hop in Ramsey in his pick-em-up. And my goodness, I thought I'd need a ladder, by the way. Old people in high trucks, yeah, not a good time. But
I just saw that truck. I was like, man, I'm tall. I still was like, that's a lot of truck.
That is a lot of truck.
That also brings up, there's a certain video. I think I'll pull that up in front of me.
Yes, please do.
Something that was said on there. Now, again, we won't be able to hear it because the sound on this thing is absolute trash. But
I'll fill it in.
Yeah, so they were saying when in this video here, when there's the drive-bys here, that Well, you want to fill in the blanks on that?
Sure. If I recall, they put that out there and said he said to get off his effing property.
Yeah.
Well, let me tell you what he said. He said, "And over here is our frontal property." I was in the truck.
Yeah, that's the thing that they didn't realize. There was a witness.
Duh. And I wonder if they realize, if they really looked at the Florida statutes, because when they posted that on their live stream, they committed a felony.
Oh yeah, they, they talk about audio recordings and everything else. They've got to also remember Jeremy. He isn't just some rando on public property. He's a guy under a protective order. So for them to post and then post with audio, lordy.
And audio outside is a no-go in Florida anyway. But he owns half of that road, the front part of the acreage.
Mm-hmm.
So yes, he's going to drive by their property. You got the money, Lisa. Give it to him so they can move. Then maybe he won't drive by their property.
That's
wait
true,
a minute. Jeremy's probably going to get it anyway.
Well, they said, that she would at least get rid of John Cook, $65,000.
Oh, good gravy. If I hear that one more time, she's never going to get rid of him. Somebody has got something on the shell. I just haven't figured it out yet. But I will. But she's not going to get rid of him. If she gets rid of him, the money's gone. How's she going to live?
Well, I mean, he definitely is the lion's share of the RV that they're in and everything.
Oh my
else,
gosh. I feel sorry for her. They got took. I'm just going to say that and I'll leave it there, but they got took.
Did they?
Yeah. Yeah, I have no doubt. No doubt.
It's wild. But what was crazy though is they were able to do all of that, and they kept telling people publicly, "You've got to give us thousands of dollars. Give us thousands of dollars." When at the end of the day, they could go out and get something and pick it up themselves. Like she's in the middle of bankruptcy and she's asking people for money. It's like, you'll never get that money back, folks. Don't give her that.
Well, I don't think they picked it up. I think it was too heavy for her Jeep to carry. I think they had to have it delivered. But I mean, don't get me wrong. At least it's a roof over her head.
Yeah, at least it's not a freaking
a shed.
Thing a 10 by 15. Now, again, it looks smaller than a 10 by 15, but I keep going with her measurements on there.
It's. I mean, I've seen the inside. I videoed with her.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's a decent size camper.
Isn't a lot of it taken up by, I'm talking about the shed itself. Wasn't a lot of it taken up by like one bed? Though?
Yeah, one king size bed and a whole bunch of piles. And then you had, of course, 3 people, animal, spiders. Yeah. Scary.
Wait, animals living in there too?
Yeah, the dogs would come in and out. And of course, Florida, it's full of sand, so you get sand fleas. So that was a big discussion. I told her how to get rid of them with citronella, but the dogs would come in. And they had got Harley a dog for like $1,000, and it was supposed to be her service dog. Well, the dog isn't being trained for her. And the dog is now living outside because it's not allowed in the camper. So now they've got the 2 little ones that you all the time seeing trying to escape out of that fence. That was on it was on TC's.
$1,000 freaking dollar dog, man.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a ridiculous amount of money to pay for something you
Did she
never
discuss
intended.
that purchase with you, by the way?
Not in depth. Because I asked her if it was being trained, and I told her once it reaches a certain age, you can't train it to be a service animal. Then it's just an animal, unless she goes the emotional support route. Yeah. And if she goes that way, then it's not going to be allowed everywhere.
A lot of the cost of a service animal is the service that is drilled into it.
Yeah,
you pay for the breed.
I've looked into it. I've looked into getting one because of the way I fall all the time. And It was $25,000 just to train it.
Oh yeah,
That's not counting everything else.
we used to do training, like my stepfather back when, and we used to do all that. And gosh, the amount of work that it takes to train one of those is ridiculous.
It
Man,
is
this-
ridiculous.
By the way, there are about 3,000 folks here. If you would hit that like button. Thank you, by the way, for being here on Christmas. That is amazing. You know,
It
is
is.
absolutely amazing. So hitting that like button, telling people we are live. And if you'd like to go further on this wonderful holiday and you'd like to send ye old breadsticks, supporting the channel and supporting any endeavors there, and really supporting the push for the tower. I'm about there. So,
Yeah. And
this tower makes me mad.
postage for the leg warmers. Justice for the leg warmers.
Have you seen the pictures today? Oh gosh,
No, I haven't been on.
Oh Lord, let me pull up a few while we're talking about some leg warmers. Yeah, I'm figuring. I texted. I texted Megan. So she an hour before she was like, around.
She's in a
and
turkey
and
coma.
She probably passed out. That's probably.
Turkey coma.
I did. I passed out 3 or 4 times in the last couple of days. So, we started out with Merry Leg Warmer Christmas here, because it's going to be chilly. You can see her. She's like, I wonder what that is in my Christmas tree.
I like that one.
Then, let's see. I thought that one was good too. We also have, while we're doing this, there are very important messages too that we must put out there. Like, when we're thinking about that. Well, also, we should leave no leg warmers behind.
I like that one better.
Yeah, the Great Leg Warmer War of 2025 has been.
Guys, my little chihuahua is coughing into the tablet, so I'm sorry. He's trying to get to you.
I don't hear it at all, but
okay.
I can.
I don't want to get blamed for coughing, and not me. Not me.
Yeah, well, as long as you're not slurping on a chicken skin.
Hey, now, let's get. We got to go down that path here shortly.
Here's Megan trying to stop the Great Leg Warmer heist in 2025. She's like, no, stop it.
I like that.
Yep, and she also, we'll do one more here. She really, she tried to go after Santa Tug to the point that she tried to stop the sled. Look at that. Gosh. She's like, like, no, those are mine. Yeah. What a day. What a day. So maybe that's why she's resting right now.
Yeah, it looks like she'd be tired trying to stop that.
Yeah, trying to fight off the leg warmers there. This leg warmer stuff is serious business.
It is. You don't separate a girl from her leg warmers, especially Gen Xers.
Oh, I love it though. That's the most fun I've had posted about just some random thing. I love it.
It is fun.
With Michelle, when you talk about speaking to her, at first people were mistakenly saying, you'd been talking to her quite a bit for a few weeks. They tried to make it sound like you had talked to her, back when there was the drama, with her talking about permits and posting. But I was like, no, you've been talking you talked for a while. Again, you weren't going to say anything about anything either until she started, again, what she does with all people, right? Trashing them and threatening them and more.
Yeah. I mean, I stayed out of every group because I didn't want to hear it. I'm really, really tired of the lies.
Right.
And I got fed up. And I got tired of being accused of doing crap I wasn't doing, and she's twisting, and I'm sure John had a lot to do with that. I'm very sure of that. But I don't care. The truth is the truth is the truth. And as long as you tell the truth, you don't have to remember what you said.
All right. Well, that's the other thing. I always wonder with Michelle. She'll have, a dozen versions of one specific event. I'm like, how does she ever tell what she's told somebody from day to day?
Well, I can tell you how I feel. If she were to tell me it was raining outside, I would get up out of my bed, put on my pajamas, walk outside just to feel the rain myself.
Right. Right. Well, there were certain things. It was funny when you talked about like money she was owed by the two L's. She had receipts for that stuff, but
She only has receipts for the fence because she was with them, according to her, when it was purchased.
yeah,
So that's
yeah.
only $4,000. Where's the rest?
Yeah, not even that. I mean, on that too, she said that was all gift cards as well. So
Yeah.
it was the amount of money, but it was all paid gift card wise.
Yep.
And that makes sense. It all fits in the total that she said with what people noted that got brought up with gift card. Yeah, it was 100% paid for out of that.
Well, there
And
was a lot of people that they were buying stuff off of Amazon, and we all know sometimes you don't get the little message if somebody sends you a gift.
Mhm.
So just imagine how many anonymous packages did she receive?
Who controlled the P.O. boxes? Do you
Lisa.
know? Lisa.
Lisa.
That's amazing to me. So Lisa, which makes sense because when you look at like Christmas gifts and things like that, you notice she was wrapping. None of this stuff goes to other people. It goes through her. So if somebody sent cash to a
Well, I
P.O.
can
box,
tell you, I know someone who did send cash, and I asked Michelle if she got the card. And Michelle did not get the card.
wow.
So I know of one $50 donation, but it can't be proven because it was anonymous.
Indeed, that's why. Well, unless somebody sends, I wonder if anybody sent checks. So some people, especially when you get into a certain age demographic, like my mom, for example, she'll send checks. She's going to send money. She'll send a check. If somebody has to cash it, who cashed that check?
Yeah.
Because that gets into some fraud as well. But I
Well,
think that's an
a lot
interesting. Okay.
But a lot of the money that she collected didn't go through the P.O. box. A
Mhm.
lot of the money, because I sat and listened to up until the Christmas last year, it was through her Cash App, her
Mhm.
Venmo, the super stickers. So, I mean, and then she comes back and she says, well, if it was sent to me, then it's mine. No, that's not the way that works. You're doing a fundraiser. Just like
Mhm.
right now, she's still in the midst of a fundraiser.
Mhm.
Even though it's ended, there might be some stragglings out there somewhere.
Oh, she picked up money. This drives me nuts, by the way. They sat out there and laughed about that kid. Yeah, they were
Yeah.
like, "Oh, she's going to get less presents." And I thought,
After saying last year that they would ensure that child had a Christmas every year.
a
And then
bigger
it changed.
Christmas.
Yeah, a bigger Christmas each year.
hmm
Even after, and they spun this, and it drove me crazy because I remember Jeremy and George saying that she could come to the party, just Michelle and John couldn't. They never disinvited her. And I hate that spin. So I want to make that clear. And then
Somebody
they were
asked
like,
me.
we're going to do it this year. Well, now they're saying that they took, throw egg in their face, wherever they worded it, that they took presents over
Mhm.
to Harley. You
Oh,
did
yeah.
not give her the Christmas you promised.
No,
You hurt
not
that
at all.
little girl.
Actually, John posted that. I'll pull up that post from him in just a second. Somebody said, by the way, are you calling us check writers old? I did not say that. I said a certain age demographic. All of you are wonderful. And, even if you are older, I'm not exactly a spring chicken myself. So,
I'm old.
yeah,
I'll
I
admit
am.
it.
I'm
I write
definitely.
checks.
Well, I'm definitely not I'm not young anymore. And I wish I could take the knowledge that I have and stick it in a younger me, That would
Oh,
have been
wouldn't we all?
yeah. But she said, or John said, here's one of his statements. Anybody who doesn't know, Michelle has a massive. Isn't this interesting, by the way? Remember the threat you got with doubles up?
Oh, yeah.
Huh. Isn't that interesting? Massive, massive headache. She didn't even make it to the flea market, and I have back spasms, so we did not attend. Harley has received plenty of gifts. So they didn't attend anything. And as far as gifts, now this is John Cook. I for the life of me, and you can speak on this, John, he does damage control for 2L all the time.
It's ridiculous. He talks to Lisa more than he talks to Michelle.
That's wild to me. You know, that's one of the things Michelle made clear to me. She was like, yeah, he talks to her all the time. Remember, she said that he gets petted by her. You know?
Oh, definitely. I mean, I'm totally there with her. He's definitely being groomed for something. And I have my conspiracy theories floating around in my head, but I'll keep them to myself.
Yeah, I mean, that's true too, you know. Well, we all are, you know, as they told us, though, which is wrong, but they said any opinion is an opinion, you know. Anything is all not a problem. It's just opinion, you know, like a certain person calling Jeremy Hales a terrible thing on the stream recently. That was just opinion. So,
oh, yeah. They have their opinion. They're allowed to have their opinion.
Right.
But I can't have mine.
Exactly. I don't know. You heard a lot about, again, you're recounting firsthand testimony. That,
there's so much. And she said so much about so many. And if they only knew, they sat and they dogged this woman. They dogged her.
She did a little bit of dogging back.
Well, yeah. Oh, yeah. Obviously, she did. She absolutely did. And she needed to. I mean, I was with her there. Go get her. But now to run back to the very people who scammed you, who took your money, you're running back now, yelling help? Why?
You won't get any more money. That's the kicker. Like, they're never going to be able to fundraise again because they called her a liar and a fraud, and you know they trashed her 7 ways to Sunday.
Oh, I was on the stream one night listening, and I turned it off when she said, "You think I give Michelle money?" and then started laughing with that raspy cough of hers. So back to Thanksgiving, I just want to point out on November 28th, okay, this was Thanksgiving Day now. It started at 10 o'clock in the morning, 22-minute call. At 11:17, 59-minute call. 11:49, 31-minute call. 12:35, 41-minute call. At 12:52, 16 minutes. And then I missed one at 2:30. La la la. Okay, so we're in this. Let me scroll back up here to the beginning. Go ahead. Got another question? I can't see if anybody's asking anything, so that's why I'm not saying anything to anybody.
No, well, it's actually on the side. There should be. You'll catch them going by. There'll be a little thing that says live.
No, there's. I don't see. I don't see. It just has my email. The email with the link. Should I close that out?
No, there's a little ladder on the very far side that you might see, and it says comments at the top. Can you see a little thing on the far right side?
It's a box with an error.
Yeah,
with an arrow.
It might just not be shown. I don't remember. I can't remember how I haven't been a guest on a show like, you know, in a hot minute that like with Megan's show, I can see the control thing. You know?
Yeah, I'll pull it up on my cell phone after we show this. Let me just scroll back to the top.
Time to ask some stuff as well.
But I really want to do this because I really hope they like the taste of crow.
Yeah, a lot of people. I mean, their main question was like, how long have you known or talked to her, which you were talking about? You know,
I have been talking with Michelle since August 4th, I think I said.
Yeah.
I'm getting to the top. I'll tell you in a minute. It's a long thread, guys.
Yeah, and she talked a lot. Let's say, like
daily.
She just named and sometimes so many times in a day. Like you noted, you know, she it's amazing the cycle too. We talked about that with what she calls a friend. The reason she doesn't have a lot of friends is because she turns on them. She threatens her friends, and she yells at them and talks smack to them, and she doesn't treat you like a friend.
No, you know what happened? It was, I think, the 6th or the 7th of December.
Mhm.
My sister had screenshot it, something about the interview she was doing, and she had put a comment in there that does she realize that she's being cut off at the knees?
Uh,
And she swears up and down that I texted that to somebody. No, I received that. And it was right then and there. It was like a light bulb went off. It was like, you know what? I'm done. I am done. I am sick of hearing lies, because I would not she'd sit and vent to me about Jeremy. I would never open my mouth and give an opinion. I told her, I said, not my pasture,
right.
because
Well,
it's not. It's
like you
not.
said, you had hoped. Well, I like the way you discussed this. You said that, of course, like you mentioned with HG, you wanted her, but also with Michelle, you thought that the people around her, Michelle has dug her own hole, but the people around her are digging it deeper and tossing her in.
Oh my God, they've got her dug so deep, there's no crawling out of this one. I mean, if she had left Bruce and these people that are so money hungry alone,
Mhm.
and just listen to the cease and desist, go on with your life, it would not be where it is today. It's where it is today because Bruce got greedy and he got butthurt. Nobody wanted to talk to Bruce. So he found a meek little lady, put it nicely, who's very gullible. And she's very easily intimidated. She does intimidate easily. I've seen that. I mean, look at Lisa, look at John, look at Bruce. The list goes on and on.
So people keep asking about the kid, and I'm going to say that's one subject. That is a very sensitive subject.
Only thing I can say is just say your prayers for Harley to keep her safe, keep her warm, and let her have love, and leave it at that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of there's some bad stuff in there. So I'll leave it at that for right now. There's a reason for that, but I'll leave it at that right there. That's a terrible subject.
It is, and it's a subject that I just can't. No.
Yeah, one day again, one day that'll be one, but that is it's a hurtful subject, and it's something that
it breaks my heart.
Well, again, one of the things that infuriates me, about John Cook too, if I'm being honest, not just Lisa and them, but John Cook as well. While he's sitting around smoozing, kissing these people's backsides. Again, they were living in a shoebox, and he was okay with that. They didn't get him out of the shoebox. They ended up, even though they had thousands and thousands of dollars.
They let him sit there.
Yeah, in fact, they're trying to play the potential creditor. I wonder if Michelle has really even thought about what that states, because when you think about it, they're saying, well, maybe we were first grade, which is the dumbest idea, by the way. We know where that money came from. But if it worked, let's just say the plan worked out there, right? They want to be creditors. What would they be able to take from her? They'd be able to take the land. Does she trust them picking up her land after everything that we have seen? Are you kidding me?
She probably does. She's gullible.
What an idiot.
But you know what? Getting back to that subject, I'd like to know how in the world she was able to show Gabe a video of Jeremy's face or the trustee's face or anybody's face.
Well,
you're not supposed to record that.
Yeah, the trustee thing. That would be so Jeremy wouldn't have been on camera. That would be notable. Jeremy wouldn't have been. The creditors weren't on there, but yeah, the trustee. Knowing how the trustee looked for Gabe, that's a big no, especially since he said he was at work prior to that.
And then she pulled up the video and quote showed me. Really?
Right.
Open mouth, insert foot, and swallow.
Yep. Idiots. Well, it's real funny they didn't, after all that came up. Not only that, but the letter, the letter to the bankruptcy court. That's nuts when you look at it too. And
somebody's got gonads.
That's something though. So we were talking about the quote unquote proof that Lynette had. It's the same videos and everything. Well, Lynette, she talked about where that went. She said she sent it over to Hale. So when you look at that letter with the items in it, that isn't Lynette sending those over for sure. That's she doesn't, according to her, and I believe this, she doesn't have access to any of those videos. It's well, she talked to you about that, I'm sure, quite a bit as well. Let's see. Did I lose you? You may be muted. I either lost you or you're muted, one or the other. Yeah, you're muted. You're muted. I can't hear you. No sound. There's no sound. Yeah, there's your mute off. You're unmuted. You've lost sound.
I've lost sound.
There you go. Now you're back.
Okay.
You're back. All right.
Well, here, while we got the camera up, Tug, let me just show this.
Hey,
but first, let's set the
close this
scene.
thing out first. Okay.
Let's set the scene. Okay.
Mhm.
Lisa, if you're listening, sweetheart, I need for you to go ahead and get your cracklings because you're going to need them. Light you a cigarette, kick back in your chair, and let's go for a ride. We're going to go back in time. And we're going to go back in time to August 8th.
Wow, that's so much.
Sweetheart, these aren't edited. This is in my cell phone. This is under Messenger. And if you would like to see the Messenger icon, I will gladly back out and show you.
See, it's amazing to me. Actually, that's the thing.
See, you thought I was kidding. This is how long the stream is.
Yeah, look at this, folks. I mean, this is nuts. Some of these are voice, or they're voice texts inside of me. It's just nuts.
And I know they're going to try to slow it down and try to twist things. Go for it. I've got the original.
Yeah, well, that's the kicker there. But I mean,
wait. Let's say this too. If you decide to do that, I went ahead and screenshotted them.
Right.
So I have them.
I mean, that's
it's still going. Yeah. We're still going.
That's all the communication. Look at how much
freaking
LP sends, and it's smack talk and everything else about these
you
things.
Name it, it's in here. Oh, the stories this phone can tell. We're at the end.
Wow.
The last one was December 16th.
Man, that's nuts.
So,
and that's the threat message. Yeah.
That's
that threat
that
message.
Was the and I'm not going to block her. I'm not blocking anybody. So going back off camera now.
That's a lot, though. I mean, see, that's the thing. They wanted to pretend that they haven't left giant threads of evidence. And these threads of evidence, by the way, one of the beautiful things is LP will lock in multiple excuses for the same events. It's so nuts, some of the stuff that she sends to people.
It's going to be truly amazing. I'm flabbergasted. I don't even know what to say except for abort. I told her months ago, fall on the sword.
Yep.
Get away from these people. Because if she doesn't, it's not them paying. John Cook's not going to have to pay. Lisa's not going to have to pay.
But she
She's the
still
one
doesn't
being
believe
sued.
she still doesn't believe she's going to lose, does she? I mean, she
No, she doesn't. She thinks she's going to win, and then she's going to come back and hit you guys with an emotional distress one too.
Well, she gave us a get out of lawsuit free. So, Lynette, I'm going to make this very clear. When you communicated with me, you threw out all of that. And, not only that, but your lies, again, I'm going to make this very clear too. If anybody out there believes that for some reason you're dumb enough to believe that woman did not communicate with me, I offered to her and John Cook $30,000 bet against their property. I will put up $30,000. They put up their property. They will have to make a legit freaking wager on it, though, that thing is not real. And it'll be real fun because Tina right here was, again, she had to middleman the call. She had to put it together because Lynette can't figure out how to call a Google Voice number. So
I don't think it was that. I think she didn't want the phone call in her call log. She
yeah,
had
so
to
nobody
keep it
find out
hush
about it.
hush.
Yeah, that's true. She had to sneak it off. She even said that she was trying to, at first she said she was being quiet because the baby was down to sleep. But later she said it was because of John Cook.
Yep. Because he gets on the phone and tells Lisa everything. And I honestly believe that Michelle's afraid of Lisa. I don't know why. All she's got to do is kick her to the curb. She just needs to go in there and say, I screwed up. It's going to be proven. She's going to look worse when it's over with. She already looks bad.
Well, she's the only one on the hook. I mean, when
exactly.
She's the one I can say definitively with her and John Cook that they've got the protective order violations. They have Fed 1. They have all these two cases that are obviously going sideways. That they were telling people that those were not decided. That like the thumbnail litigation, she's not going to get sanctioned. And I mean, we saw the order. Lord, it just amazes me. Let me pull that up. Actually, you've lost voice again, I think. Yep, I've lost your voice again on there. So I'm sure it'll come back in just a second. Yeah, let's see. I'm gonna mute and unmute you. Maybe that'll help on there. Okay, let's see. Nope, still lost your voice on there. This is by the way, you have to remember, folks, too. This is Tina's first time ever trying live streaming. She's done a lot better. I remember my first live stream was bad. Yeah, you're muted now for sure.
Okay, am I there?
Yeah, you came back. There you go.
There I am.
Sometimes you'll hit that just accidentally. I mute. I used to do that on accident quite a bit. I get excited about mute myself. But yeah, with the hearing, just to put this up, since I figure LP is listening right now, you can see it right here on the 19th. This is that hearing they decided not to go to. The order granting defendant's motion for sanctions. She will be sanctioned, and that will happen after the bankruptcy stuff.
Yeah, and this is what Lisa is telling people, that this didn't happen. What that means in normal terms, folks, is the judge says, yeah, you're going to get paid, but I'm not going to put a price on it because she'll be able to discharge it if I do. Well, once her bankruptcy is discharged, they'll go back in front of the judge. The judge will then say, you are sanctioned for X amount of dollars.
Yeah,
then
he can't
she
talk
is
about
liable.
money decisions until the bankruptcy is discharged. Legally, he can talk about all this stuff and make decisions, but legally he can't say this is, X amount until afterwards. So,
and I found that to be surreal, to be honest with you. I was like, you go, judge.
Yeah,
because Bruce
you had a
told
bird's
her.
eye view of everything for that.
Yeah, I mean, Bruce told her, file bankruptcy. Everything will disappear. That was the stupidest thing for her to do. The absolute stupidest.
Well, the other thing you noted with the people telling her what to do, like late filings, for example, when Yeah, so it wasn't just Bruce, it was Jerome and Bruce telling her to do things at the very last minute, you know.
The
put in-
11th hour. I'm not
Mhm.
going to be there. I have a doctor's appointment that I can't reschedule.
Yeah.
Really?
I thought
No.
that was crazy because you know any lawyer should know that when a judge sees that at the at the late hour, if they would have filed that say 3 or 4 days before, most judges would have been like, okay, sure, that'll give you a little bit of time. That way you don't have everything locked in, expenses locked in, but they're not going to let you walk away, for it filed 12 hours before the fact.
No, but this is what she was being told to do. And I mean, I can kind of sympathize with her on that because she's not a lawyer, and she's being told by not only one professional, but a few that she can do this and get away with it and continue to do it.
Oh,
So,
including some ex-professionals, if I understand that correctly.
oh yeah, there's a couple of them thrown in there too.
Yeah.
The ones that deemed us all to be Jeremy Hale hodonks. Well, I will wear that badge with honor. Thank you.
Yeah, there's a certain felonious one that she thinks well, let's just say according to her that she was listening to, and that's a big no.
She was listening to everybody, Tug.
Yeah, but they're
As
not
long as
supposed
it was
to.
coming from Lisa and Bruce, she was all ears and willing to do. It reminds me of a lap dog.
Why do you
And
think she was
I
so
kind of
far
felt
in?
sorry for her with the camper because she didn't really have a lot of storage space.
Right.
So back in the beginning of November, I ordered her a shelving unit that's thin. It's a bamboo shelving unit. It's got 5 or 6 shelves on it.
Mm.
Well, when she pulled that crap with me at the beginning of December, I called the company and I was like, change the shipping address. And it arrived and it's holding my Santa Clauses and my snowmen.
Well, if she's gonna again threaten you and stuff, but that reminds me of the ecosystem period. One of the things that they love to do is they love to get stuff from people and then threaten them.
Well, I don't intimidate easily, so.
No, that's one thing I would say that didn't strike me as easily intimidating. What'd you think about that wonderful fence, by the way? When you saw it, did you think, man, that has
Oh
to
man,
be
I got to get me
something?
one.
Yeah, I figured you
That's
wanted 3
about
of
as
those.
hodunk as they come.
I was I was looking at one of the newest pictures of it. Holy moly! Here,
I mean,
let me put this
the
up.
dogs, the dogs come out of the gaps.
Yeah,
I
look
mean,
at this. I mean, my God,
it's crazy.
I couldn't believe it. Like, I'm sure when you see it in person, it's even it's much
It
more wretched.
Yes, it looks
Uh,
like it's going to fall upon itself. It really does.
that's what I've been telling people are like, oh, this leaning portion is shadowing Tug, but
No, it's definitely leaning, people.
but you can see, look at this. I mean, man, if these were teeth, boy, you'd be like, man, I might need braces. But look at that.
Well, just
Oh,
look at the driveway. Look at the big hole you've got on the left-hand panel.
look
You
how
see that?
fat that is. Look at that gap. Yeah, look at this. Holy moly. That's wild, Tina. Oh, I think I lost your sound again. There. I think you're hitting. Let's see. Nope, that didn't do it. You could have a lag in your Wi-Fi or something too. If you're on Wi-Fi, it could do that potentially. But your sound's not bad. You see the little dots that are over by your name. You see the circle that comes up around my avatar too. You can tell when I'm speaking. So your sound's out. If it stays out long, you can just refresh. You can go out and come back in. That works as well. Give it a second. Like I said, everybody though give Tina, I think, kudos because she's done again very well. I know she was worried about being able to come in to talk about everything, and I mean, she's never done a live stream or anything at all. So everybody give her kudos for sure.
Am I back?
There you go. You're back. Oh, and then you disappeared. You kicked yourself. I love it. I love it because the first live streams I did, Tina, she'll get back in just a second. But the first live streams I ever did, that's what happens to Megan, by the way. So Tina can't hit the buttons to end the stream, but Megan could actually end a stream doing this kind of stuff. Here comes Tina.
I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
Yeah, see, that's what Megan does. Like except she has the power to end the stream. So
oh, I've been on them. Laughing my tail off.
Yeah, those are really
it's
funny.
the Wi-Fi where I'm at.
Is it?
I'm deep rural. So
right, that's all good, man. It's like I said, you've done really good, and everybody out there is like, "Hey, man, you've done great too." People are
thanks, guys.
well.
But I really hope, even if you are one that does not like Jeremy, I would ask for you to really look and listen and do your research, because that's how I learned. I dug, and I dug some more, and I dug some more. Really do your research, because there's something rotten in Denmark, and it's definitely not the Hales headquarters.
Well, anybody that looks at this, truth is contagious, and it starts to go around, and people can spread a lie, but once people start noticing the truth of something, it gets around. Right now, with everything that's been going on too, like the 2L and the gang, they've been getting more people watching again, which they're probably like, oh, I'm getting more viewers, but it's because
it's only because we want to know what they're saying.
Yeah, from the freaking bombshells. Again, they've tried to pretend like none of the bombshells are real. Everything.
Tell me they expected me. Tell me that they expected a nobody to just get up and fly to Florida.
Indeed.
It's time that people, I know you're out there, folks. I know you're out there. You're with me on this. Do we need to do a petition? What do we need to do? Let's do it.
I think just, for the average person, what they can do is, again, they do what they've always done and support. These people have almost put in $500,000 into cases so far.
Yes.
And the return on that, let's just be honest, the return on certain people, some people are not going to have any money to give up, because it's not just about money. It's about reputation, and it's about telling them they can't do it to anybody.
And that's just the money that he lost. That's not even, remember the Olite saga?
Oh, yeah.
And then the whatnot, they tried to get him off of whatnot. They have really tried to damage this man. And why? Why? Because you don't like him? Well, there's a lot of people out there that I don't like, but I'm not going to spend 6 hours a night on YouTube and talking about them. It's ridiculous.
They also, this is a thought process I don't get. I've never understood how LP can't see this as a problem. At first, she thought, I'm going to go in against Jeremy and I'm going to get paid. You can see it from the contracts and everything. Now, where she's at right now is, I hope I can file bankruptcy and get everything discharged so I don't lose everything.
Yeah, because that's what they've told her. And I tried to tell her that's not the way this works. Even if if the stay wasn't in place, and I could be wrong, I'm just a lay person that likes to read. But even if the stay's in place, so obviously nothing can happen.
Right.
But just like what happened last week, if these judges, after it's discharged, these judges come out with judgments, she's not going to be able to discharge these judgments.
No.
And she's like, no, Bruce said. Well, Bruce is an idiot. And I didn't go to law school. All you got to do is just pull it up and read.
Yeah, here, let's see. Can you discharge a court finding with malice in bankruptcy. See, this is the question is a lot of people get confused about is here. Let me pull this up on the screen. I mean, it's all she has to do is search this, but she refuses to, to do any of her own research, which it boggled my mind because, the idea, if you go out and you try to intentionally destroy somebody's business or reputation, that is acting with malice. Now,
Yes.
so that you can just a court finding for a debt incurred through willful and malicious injury is generally not dischargeable. You cannot get rid of it. So what she's trying to do here, the types of lawsuits that she's hit with, that's exactly what they're saying. One of them, like Fed 1, that she thinks she can discharge, is about her going out and, again, trying to ruin someone with signs and more.
You know how much that stupid report that everybody hears about costs?
Yeah, that's right. You can talk to that. I forgot about that. I'm glad you mentioned it. How much?
She said that Bruce paid for it out of his pocket, which I find questionable.
Mm-hmm.
14 grand.
There is no way that thing costs $14,000.
That's what she said.
Yeah, and
he's not reputable.
Yep. She said $14,000. So that's the handwriting, by the way. Handwriting expert, if people don't understand. She says that Bruce supposedly paid $14,000 for it.
It's sickening. And he got it from somebody whose reputation is in the mud, just like his.
Yeah. Well, and on top of that, so we had 2L. Now they tried to backtrack this, but they said, yeah, and then we did a fundraiser to get that money back. And it's like, no, you didn't. But
I don't remember that fundraiser.
No, it never happened. For $14,000, they never did anything like that. But they were saying that he got his money back from funds. So I'm wondering, is that 14 grand? Is that part of the 100K? Because I thought all of the expenses out of the 100K, I thought that was only for projects.
Didn't she earmark them?
That's what she says. She said that I say how much is for whatever project, and anything after, that expense, like
she is the queen of denial. Seriously.
I can't believe she sold that to LP, and at LP, I would go absolutely ape shit, and I would have been contacting the feds and everything else.
And she wouldn't have been. No, she wouldn't have done. I did fundraisers. My son used to play travel baseball, so I've done my fair share of fundraising.
Mm-hmm.
And what Lisa did, what Lisa should have done, was have a public drive on a spreadsheet of every dollar, every cent that came in and every cent that went out. That way you can avoid conversations like this. Show me the proof. I want to see where all that money went. For that little girl. That little girl deserves to have a house like every other child in America.
Right.
And they raised money for that house. And then they're holding that money.
Lots of money.
A lot of money. Yeah, exactly. And they're holding it hostage. And it's from a little girl. I mean, can you imagine a child? It's not right. And Tug, it makes me so mad.
When she says that they would not tell her how much money it was, that they said it was for her own good not to know.
Yeah, she did say that. And my thing there is, who the hell is Lisa to say something like that? If I was I told her this, if I was in her shoes, I would have demanded. That is not Lisa's money. Did Lisa pay anything? Did she declare the money from only me? Because you're supposed to declare money you receive from overseas.
No, well, they're supposed to gifts over a specific amount. There's been a lot of discussion about that this year. When they were talking about raising that under Trump, they were I forget what the total was,
I
but
think
it
it
used
was
to.
100,000. If I got a
No,
screenshot,
it
I
used to
took
be
a
like
screenshot.
20, though, back under the day. It was 20,000. So what their
Oh,
stuff would have fell under, I think it raised higher, but I don't think it's that high.
okay,
But
I pulled this up. It says, if somebody in Britain sent me money, okay?
oh, you're talking about for Britain. Yeah, for
It
just
says,
British.
yes, if you receive $50,000 gift from someone in Britain, a foreign person, and you are a U.S. resident, you generally must report it to the IRS by filing an IRS form 3520. Even though you likely won't owe the U.S. gift tax on it, as the reporting threshold for foreign gifts is 100,000. So we know he didn't give 100,000. That's the total, but they still have to fill that form out. How much you want to bet that form hasn't been filled out?
Oh, I'm sure it hasn't, because they said at one time, like other people have pointed out, that they said that only me was responsible for the taxes, which is absolutely absurd. Why would a British national pay a U.S. taxes? That is the stupidest thing I've ever heard.
They are responsible if the government says it's applicable.
Yep, 100%.
And you know what? If he's lurking out there and listening, David, I've emailed you 5 times. That is me emailing you. So if you are lurking, please respond to me.
Yeah, you tried to get a hold of. That's the thing. Like these people, look, I reached out to him as well because of it. I'd read the damn thing. Like I reached out to him for wanting, again, Levy County. So explain what Levy County wants, by the way. Explain what they've said to her.
Oh, they wanted Jeremy. They want Jeremy. They want to arrest him.
Yeah, but
and they're trying to prove
on the finances first, and then we'll go to
I'm sorry.
No, you're good. Actually, that's one we need to get to as well. So
they want a statement from David Rickards that he gave that $56,000 before they opened an investigation. That's what Michelle told me.
Yeah, see, that's absurd.
I don't get it. A crime is a crime. I mean, if I gave $5, I'm still out $5. I want to know what it was spent on.
Yep. And you've had people report this stuff. But Levy County is so inept and backward. You know, it's funny too. So on the other part, though, you were talking about, like, again, this is all according to Michelle. Now you have to remember who it's filtered through. But go ahead with Levy County.
Oh, she went up and met with a bunch of the officers and a couple detectives or investigators, whatever they're called down there. And they were trying to have Jeremy thrown in jail for cyberbullying. Jeremy doesn't cyberbully these people. Yet another lie coming from Lisa, coming from Michelle, per Michelle. They both are tag teaming, trying to get him arrested for cyberbullying and driving by filming. And everybody is saying he's committing a crime. Would you rather him have a camera or a pew-pew? You know, that camera is, and he explained this to me, and I get it. That camera is keeping him safe.
Right.
And it's not against the law for him to be safe. He has rights. Her rights don't trump his rights. Lisa's rights definitely don't trump his rights. She doesn't live there. She, like me, third parties. We're third parties. Every time she puts something up about Jeremy Hale, she is getting Michelle another contempt charge. So, Michelle, if you're listening, your friends are the reason you're going to end up in jail.
Well, there was what's so insane about this is there's a movie, and I like this movie, by the way, but in 2004, there was a movie called Freeze Frame. It was about a guy who records himself all the time. You know, he wears cameras, keeps everything stockpiled because he had been falsely accused of something. And he was like, I'm never going to have that happen again. And it seems so insane back then to have to, you know, wear around a camera and a rig and record yourself all the time. Now you have the police telling Hales, hey, if you don't get it on camera, it never happened. And if you do get it on camera, you're not scared enough. So,
I know, right? How scared do you need to be?
it's so weird.
Makes me sick.
Yeah, I mean, they all were trying to go though. Like Lisa's talked about this. Others have mentioned it too. They were all going to Levy County and trying to put Jeremy Hales in jail.
Yeah. While that lag in the protective order, like I think it was the beginning of October, it expired, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Actually, you know what's funny is it never expired though. So what happened?
Right.
And yeah, but they thought so. Yeah. So
But they were hoping he would come back in that time, you know, that lag, they would call it, that time period, to have him arrested.
They tried.
I'm just glad he didn't. He stayed in Ohio.
Well, they try. I think that they were a little more full of garbage than they thought that's what would happen. You know, again, it's filtered through them, but if they wanted to move against him, they already would have. You know, now I think that you have if we'll see how Beecham reacts. We'll see if he actually does show up. But
I can't believe that. He's supposed to serve and protect everybody. And do you really think this man's going to put his badge on the line to tell a lie? I don't. I'm part of the Blue family. If he does, believe me, a lot of people are going to hear about it.
Well, they're bad. I mean, you know as well as anyone though.
There's bad ones.
Oh my God, was that a cricket? Did the cricket, was he your source?
Don't tell.
I knew it. I knew the cricket had sold that too.
He's rearing his evil
He's
little
really
head.
one of the moles. And now it's not safe for him to go back.
Nope. He's safe here.
Yeah, he's got to live somewhere, right? Well, I always tried to. I wondered if he had fallen in a bucket of chicken or what exactly had.
Oh, that poor cricket.
Yeah.
Oh, just thinking about chicken skins making me nauseous.
Oh, it's so gross, man. When they were like, that's one thing people didn't understand at one time, that the chicken thing was real. She was sitting there. She'd gotten a bucket of chicken. She was slurping down the skins. Oh, it's so nasty.
It was. It was like, oh, how can you? Ew. Ew.
Oh, it's so gross, man. I just, ugh. Yeah, people have asked about different folks in the ecosystem, by the way. And some of that, let's just say, some of that will come up on its own time. We've talked about a couple of them, but there's a few odds and end ecosystemers. Let's just say
there's one I can't stand. Can we talk about her?
You can talk about any of them you want, you know.
Well, I want to thank her first. I want to thank her for creating the Hale Hodunks, because I actually had fun being a Muppet.
Right. Yeah. I like them, you know, I like that too. Like a lot of it also showcases people's unity, and it really shows how many people are out there and how many are, you know, working in unison trying to figure out like what the truth is behind all this stuff.
I tell you, people that listen to these streams, everybody has a piece of the puzzle.
Mm-hmm.
And I honestly think if everybody were to come together instead of fight one another, we would get the truth.
Indeed.
You know, there's people that I've seen in Lisa's chat, that I see in Jeremy's chats, and you never see me commenting on anything. But if they would just come together, but especially the ones that like to badmouth people. You badmouthed Michelle. You said she was a thief and she couldn't be trusted and blah, 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 blah. You say that about everybody.
Well,
Show you.
Well,
it's just, sorry.
No,
Tucker
I'm
just jumped up.
No, I was just going to say that, you know, they say all of that, but at the same time, they raised a fortune. You know, I would be questioning the idea that one day somebody was trustworthy and they're the greatest thing ever, but then they ask, "Hey, where's my money?" And suddenly they're monsters and you can't trust them anymore.
Yeah, I mean, the concept of what she did last year for that one child was phenomenal. She had a great Christmas. Kudos. You pulled it off for her. That was great.
Well,
But what
unfortunately,
happened
though,
to the rest? Where's her home?
not
Where's
just
her
that,
bed?
like how much money was given in the so the problem with the Christmas thing is, though, I can be like, hey, I had the greatest Christmas ever. Somebody gave me 20,000. I'm just throwing out an arbitrary number. If somebody throws me out $20,000 though, and I spend $3,000, $3,000 looks like an amazing Christmas, you know, but
Oh
what
yeah.
happened to the rest of it? So there's no accounting. There's no, and she said herself that any excess belongs to her. So she's taking the lowest effort. That's the problem I have with all of that, you know? No, I think I lost you again. You get used to people's sound going out. You notice, like when the edge of the sound empties off, so your sound went out. It'll come back in a second. If people have questions in the chat, by the way, shoot some questions out here. I'll ask them while Tina fixes her sound. Let's see. I'm looking, like I said, throw out some questions if you got some. You know, Tina, again, she bore witness to a lot, but my favorite thing that I heard was the fact that these people, they ended up paying for the Ohio lawyer, and they lied about the way that it came together, but they had somebody that heard the process. Yeah, Tina, that was right there through it all, you know? All right, she's going to come back again, probably. Love to know what was talked about in the messages. Yeah, well, I mean, those you got to think like that's so the thread that she was scrolling there. Those are months of messages. I mean, it's a little bit of everything. Let's see, Tina, you there? You're muted. Actually, let me unmute. There you go.
There. How about
Yeah,
now?
yeah, you're
Okay.
back. Yeah, if it loses for a minute, the easiest way is just to go in and come back in, you know?
Yeah, that's what I did. I was like, I can't do this. I'm
You
sitting here
know,
talking. I've
what do you
got
know
the
about the flea
tablet sitting
market?
on a table, and I'm sitting in the recliner away from it so I don't touch it.
We've had 2 questions that have come up a lot about the flea market, and do you know who paid for it? What was going on? Kind of money, anything? What do you know about the flea market?
I know that she pays rent there, and I believe it was $400 a month, and she says that it's listed under the 501c3, but the 501c3, to my knowledge, the last I checked, is not complete.
How is she paying that freaking 400? I mean, you're talking about almost $5,000 a year.
Robbing Peter to pay Paul, no doubt. I mean, you figure she's got her Jeep payment, insurance, electricity, camper payment. I don't know where they're getting the money.
They
Now,
gotta have somebody had to have paid. Well, now they've talked about how they're going to have to pull it, you know. So I don't think that'll last too much longer, just to be honest, because they can't be
no,
pulling in that much money.
didn't somebody last year, maybe I think around this time of year, didn't they pay for a year's rent? She
That's
would
what
never answer that question for me. She would never answer it.
So so I heard that they were there in the other place, you know, the little market there. I heard that there was a mystery donor, you know, maybe a not so mystery donor. I'm sure it could be found out decently, but yeah, somebody went in and they paid for that. So they got a year out of it. Now, after that, do you know anything about the animals that are on the property, like the turtles?
I offered to buy, what are they called? Pellets. Buy the turtles some pellets. And she told me, no, don't worry about it. It's okay. So I don't know if they're there or not. I have no clue.
That is not a very ringing endorsement for somebody that's like, please, I got to go dig through dumpsters and ask for money. If you're like, hey, I'll provide your turtles. No, I don't need those. That's
Yeah, because I was actually going to buy them that day, and she was supposed to go pick them up, and she all of a sudden, and then when I saw somebody had said, my sister told me somebody had said that she was trying to adopt them out, but she never told me that.
Yeah, so there was a discussion where she said that she was potentially going to do that. And a couple of people were, like, yeah, I'm interested in that. What's your fee, whatever your housing fee or anything, or rehousing, whatever they call that. And she suddenly was not wanting to talk about that anymore. So it's just kind of bizarre.
Well, she's going to have to either say she has them, I would think, with the bankruptcy going on. I mean, she has to put the expenditure down, doesn't she?
Well, she's putting them under the 501c3. So, again, what's going on with that? But, she didn't list any animals. She wasn't even, nothing. So, dog, anything.
She's got 3 of them.
3 dogs, man.
See, the 2 little ones and the big one.
If you're to the point where you can't supposedly feed yourself or feed your kid, why do you have so many animals?
I wouldn't.
Well, that's the thing. I'd be worried about me first. My kid. Yep. Well, my kid first, then me, then excess. I don't know.
It's a mess down there. Well, when you're standing and you're seeing the little cracks here and there, mm-hmm. the heart in you starts to break, because you know that person can fix it if they get off their lazy platoon and do it. Just stand up and do it. Oh, getting angry. Sorry.
Well, no, that's why, again, people have asked about the little one and stuff. Like I said, that's not the subject for today.
No, it's Christmas and I'm not going there.
Yeah, that's a bad.
And it's Christmas. It's Jesus's birthday. Happy birthday, Jesus.
Yeah. Has Tina actually been on the property? No, she went over for well, you can answer that. You want to answer that one?
No, I have not been on the property. I have never met Michelle in person. I drove by the property with Jeremy. I was taking a tour of Otter Creek.
Yeah.
And I got to see one of the local wannabes kind of buck up at him like he was wanting to fight him. I'm thinking to myself, really? Jeremy would squish him like a bug.
These people, man. Oh, Lord. Yeah, there's a lot of questions on the kid, though. Again, not for today, guys. I know there's a bunch of those another day. There's reasons for that, but it's also a raw nerve. Because there's been a lot. It's a bad subject. Let's just say it's a bad subject. I'm not saying anything pro or con in that. Did she ever talk about Lloyd?
The only thing she said about Lloyd was the camper was hers, that they paid $1 for it and gave him free rent.
$1 for it?
$1, a whole $1.
Well, that's a scary proposition, because when they're talking about that at one time, he sold it to me for $1. That's when people they have a tendency to disappear,
Yeah. My thought exactly.
God, that's a scary thing,
But everything with the money surrounding these donations, part of me suspects that would fall under Florida's elderly abuse program, wouldn't it? Yeah. Financial exploitation.
I would think so. Well, first of all, I think you could hit them for all types of odds and ends. I think you could hit them for fraud. I think for elder abuse. I think there's a few things. It depends on who's charging it. If they want to charge it, then.
Well, I can guarantee you who's not going to make any calls, and that's me.
Yeah, no, well, you didn't have to make any calls because,
yeah.
The others were, let's see. Here's a question too. How did you wind up, well, first of all, how did you wind up making contact? Like, how did that come about? Like, what drove you to reach out and try to make contact with her?
What I was hearing on the Two Leaves pod. The way that the money just what are you going to do? Just keep it and not finish the house? No, hearing her, she's living in a shed.
Right.
And I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, and that bothered me to my core. My soul hurt. And you have the money. It was donated for this. Why did you let the permits lapse? Why didn't your friends go and complete the framing like you promised? And when they got a crew, why wouldn't you come off the $10,000 they needed to pay the crew?
Sure.
There are so many questions that she just will not answer. And to me, that screams gypsy.
Yeah, it screams fraud for sure. Like people, you're also asked, hearing all of this, why do you think people keep supporting and listening to the anti-Hales?
Because they have such a false hatred. There has been so much defamation being slung about Jeremy Hales that they are literally brainwashed. Look at the world. It's like, okay, Jeremy and the antis is kind of like the Dems and the Republicans. They can't get along. So what do? They go back and forth. Them more so than Jeremy. Jeremy's not doing what they're saying. And it's plain as day. People just need to wake the hell up.
Right.
Just wake up. I did.
Well, just look at the evidence out there. I mean, seriously.
There's so much.
You noted listening to the fleas, catching them here and there. How did you run across them, by the way?
During the last year's fundraiser, when they became her quote unquote PR team.
So when they popped up, yeah, like everybody else, basically.
Yeah. In the beginning, it's like, you're doing good, you're doing this for her, but you could something just wasn't right.
Right.
Something just did not fit. And then when all of that happened, like I said, the framing didn't get done. And I didn't sit and listen to these women and company every night. Because I tell you, it stains your soul. They preach so much hate that there are people that are on their stream day after day after day, and they listen 4, 5, 6 hours a day. You're being indoctrinated, and they're not going to look away. It's like a car crash.
Yeah.
These people need to just give it a couple days. Don't tune in. Think about, soak in what I've said. And this is all factual. I have it. I have everything. And I would not have come out. I told her. And I would not post on Facebook. I did not. I would not post on Twitter. I did not. Nobody knew of our communications.
It didn't matter, though. Got to turn on you anyway, right?
Yeah, well, I told her the first time I let her have a pass. And I told her, I said, you're not going to do this to me. You're not going to do to me what you've done to others. I'm here to help you. I'm trying to help you collect what is rightfully yours. Well, she had to go do it. And I am all about law and order. Okay. You don't walk into a courtroom and lie to a judge. My daddy always said, there's two people in this world that you better be there for. And that's the good Lord, of course, and a judge. You don't lie to those folks. And you don't take good people down. You love thy neighbor. You help one another. That's what's wrong with the world today. We've forgotten. We don't help one another. And I don't mean give $1, give $5, give $100. Be there. Be a community. What Jeremy wanted to do to Otter Creek. And they have prevented that. And if I lived in Otter Creek, I would be madder than Hades right now at them people. Because he could have generated so much business down there.
Mm-hmm. That's true. I mean, that's absolutely true. People ask too, with communication with her, did you all video chat as well as talk?
We did, but it wasn't for extended amounts of time. It was like, hey, I want you to see this. She would show me something in the trailer, or or the little one would say hi. It was never extensive. I would say no more than a minute or two at a time.
Okay. But I mean, you did see some of the shape of things. Well, like you said, I guess you noted that you saw the 10 by 15 shed, and you saw a few other things like that.
Yes. She's in a much better position in the camper than the shed.
Oh yeah, yeah. I would say, but I mean that's a good clarification. But gosh, that shed. I mean, just looking at it from the Fish and Wildlife, just that little blurb of it over on the side, you're like, man, 3 people living in that thing.
That was about the size of a prison cell.
And 2 of them hate each other,
Yeah. And the third, yeah, I'm not going to go there. Suck, Tina.
Is there anything else you want to add? Like I said, we can again, there will be one of the things you'll notice from this is that you'll sit down, we've talked, and you'll think, my God, there were 45 other things I wanted to say.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah,
Probably.
that happens. That absolutely happens, Well, and again, I see people asking kid questions. No kid questions today. That's part of, that was just a discussion that happened. Just, we're not going to do that.
Let me just say this about that.
Okay.
That is a very tender subject for me to talk about somebody else's child. I lost a child. I don't talk about him, and I am not going to feed the hatred to hurt this little girl any more than what she's already been hurt.
Yeah. And that's the problem with the subject when it comes up. Like these crazies over there, they'll amp up, and the harm they do is just so gross. So, but I mean, there's some subjects on that for another day. Oh Lord.
Yeah, I promise when the time is right, you and I can discuss.
Yeah. It's a tender subject. Like I said, Tina in her life experienced loss, again, many people are saying sorry, to hear about
Thank
that.
you,
Myself
guys.
too,
Thank you.
Yeah. But I mean, it just makes it a difficult subject. So,
But I really want people to sit back and think about what I said. And they're not good people. And come together as a community. Send the receipt.
I think you're.
Am I muted again?
No, you just went out. You lost it for a second.
Oh.
It came back. So it came back. You're good. Just lost you for like a second.
Oh, the joys of living in the country. The country. You got 48 states now. I live country.
Oh no, not country, boy. Well, they're gonna give away everything. Oh no.
Let's start marking off the states. But anyway, send your receipts over to Jeremy. He gave his email, whatthehales at Yahoo. Send them to Tug. Tug, I can't pronounce yours, so go for it. What's yours?
Granularheaven@gmail.com.
Or Meg's. Send them to Megan. Just if you have something, if you have a cash check from the donations, if you have a Amazon receipt, anything that you have in that time period from September of 2024 until March, April of 25, please, if you have any love in your heart for that little girl, send those receipts over. Let's give her the life she deserves. That's all I'm going to say on that soapbox.
Yeah. I think that's a good point. I'll clarify something too. People are like, no one wants to harm that kid or hates that kid. Oh, these people that put a price tag. They've literally, if we sit here and we talk about that subject, they will turn that kid into a fundraiser.
They still are. Go to their page. They're still using her likeness.
Well, 9 months of freaking earning for Christmas, and then they didn't deliver. That pisses me off in ways
Me too.
I have 2 little girls, and I look at one of my little girls is right at the same age as that child, and seeing that, imagining, like, the little one comes down here all the time. Imagine for 9 months building her hopes up, talking about Christmas every fucking day for these people, and then just shattering that and then laughing about it on stream. Like, that just pisses me off in my soul. It makes me mad.
And if you guys don't think that she doesn't know about it, you're wrong. She hears everything. Everything that is discussed.
That's
everything
sad.
is on. She hears it all. So she knows.
That's it. That kid should not know about all that, but you can tell. I mean, that's another thing too. With the statements about Hale's being a boogeyman or Travis, or they're going to get you. Oh,
on the phone. I was talking, and Harley asked me if I was going to come to Florida to help her fight the bad man. So tell me, how would you? And I told her, I said, honey, there's no bad man after you. And immediately Michelle shut it down quickly. But how would she know to say that, Tug? She wouldn't unless she hears it, unless it's drilled into her little brain. I'm starting to get emotional. I'm sorry.
No, that's terrible. I mean, I think her knowing about this subject, I don't really think that's discussing anything out of bounds like we were talking about. But these, people letting her, you got to think too. Preston and Cook aren't the only ones that talk to that kid and indoctrinate her. They teach her a gospel of fear. The big bad wolf is right down the. I mean, that's horrible.
It is absolutely disgusting. And these people that gave the money, you should be as mad as I am. And I didn't give money. And I am very angry. You should be angry. That's your money that you pissed away.
Yeah.
That you thought you were helping a little girl.
Yeah. I mean, really, you would think, but those people, I've been amazed to watch some of the hardcore people that have done that. They gave money for things that did not happen. They gave money for 9 freaking months for a Christmas for one child. It was supposed to be for one child. They advertised it as that. Then you have the falling out between LP and 2L, and suddenly it's not on anymore. Suddenly it's something different.
Yeah, then they changed it to what? Holly Jolly.
Yeah.
And I just wonder how many, and I don't want a child not to have a Christmas, don't get me wrong. But it makes me wonder what's going to happen now with those families. Have they been given empty promises?
I just wonder how much, again, there is no accounting whatsoever. So at the end of the day, no one has any idea how much money or what was given there. They have no idea about presents or more. They don't understand the scope of everything. Like, again, you're not supposed to do fundraisers that way. This isn't for self. This is for other people, and we have no transparency whatsoever. They refuse just flagrantly. That is against Florida law.
Yeah, and she came right out and said, if you didn't donate, it's none of your business. Well, sweetheart, I got news for you. Bless your little heart, it is. It's a public fundraiser. If I email you and say, I want to see a receipt, you're supposed to provide them under Florida law, and I might do that. Under Florida law, you have to disclose it. It was a public fundraiser.
Just Jay. He said,
hi, Jay.
This is funny. He said, I got less presents this year as well as for Christmas. And it was through, however, stupid Dave is making a comic of me.
Oh, God. Oh, no. Don't make me go get an emotional support whopper.
I heard about that when it was like Pony Boy in the Woods or something. I don't know what. All right, I'm gonna go through some super chats. You chilling for a minute or?
Yeah, I'll chill.
Okay, we'll go through these.
I'm gonna mute myself.
Okay, all right. Sherry, what's up? Thank you for 3 months there. There's not a statement. That is a statement by itself. Thank you. Very much appreciated. Debbie dropped 20 there. Again, wasn't a statement attached to it, but it is in itself a huge statement. Thank you, Debbie. Appreciate you there. Also, again, folks, Merry Christmas to you. I thought this would be fun. Again, it's an introduction. We just had a conversation. I didn't want to do an interview type today either. I thought it would be a little more comfortable. I remember my first trials with live streaming, and they were not comfortable. So I want, people to, when they come on, to feel comfortable. And again, later on, I'm sure 45 questions more will pop in. And, it'll go from there. Mammy, what's up? Thanks for the 5 months there. Merry Christmas, Mug family. Well, Merry Christmas, too. Like I said, I think Megan, by the way, passed out. So I text her, I was like, what's up? Where are you? And she didn't text back. So I think she probably passed out, which is okay. Again, it's a holiday. So... I'm surprised that hasn't happened more, to be honest. Queen Bee, thanks for the 11 months. Merry Christmas to you and your little ones, and I hope it's an exciting night. Always use. Well, it has definitely been a great one. The kids had a great Christmas. It's been fun, and it's always fun to see Christmas through them. So maybe not. What's up? Maybe not. Drop 10 giftos there. Thank you. Maybe not. And again, love it, because it hooks people up that are out there. Thank you, folks. Sunrise, thank you for the month there. Going to be a good interview. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Like I said, there are so many pieces to this puzzle out there that Tina has some of the pieces to it. And it also, oh, hey, Tina, you still right there? Muted?
I'm here.
Okay. I got one other thing that came to me. So another subject that came up, with the donors, we talked about the PayPal, that they raised like $600 and something for, and they had 2 big donors in that.
Bruce was one.
Yeah, and I can't remember who the other one was. Like,
I haven't a clue. All I know is Bruce is one.
Yeah, yeah, and it was supposed to be, according to LP, was the $250 one, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Excuse me. Yes.
That's interesting, because that's the one that talks about I hope with lawyer, it reads like, if that indeed does turn out to be him, if she, that's gospel and she was right on that. Again, I don't trust anything these people say.
Oh, me neither.
But if that ends up being true, it looks like the comment was made to throw everybody off, of who that was. So,
oh, I'm sure it was. I mean, Bruce thinks he's smart, but he's just a little tiny chihuahua in the ring of you pit bulls. I'm not the pit bull, y'all are.
No, well, we're. I just covered this for a while, but I told them, I was like, you make this stuff personal with me, and it'll be personal. It will get very personal. And F that, and they still like to bring in family. They like to do all kinds of nasty below the bed. That's
well,
okay.
like I said, Tug, if they decide they want to play in my sandbox,
right?
My husband carries a badge,
right?
So you might want to think that one over really hard.
Indeed, that might be. Well, trying to intimidate you anyway, knowing that you were a witness, is why. Oh, you mentioned, by the way, we didn't elaborate on this. I bet people heard this and confused them. So after you got that threat, you said you contacted the police.
I did. I called Chieflin. They came out. They called Levy, and then I called Levy, and then I got a phone call from a William something another. Williamson, I think his name was. And I did a report over the phone. So there is a paper trail. And I hope it doesn't grow, but if it does, in my cell phone, I have personal numbers at the Florida AG's office that I'd be more than willing to call.
Yeah, some of these people, when they pick fights, they don't know who they pick fights with.
I don't scare easy. So if they decide to sick old Luthman on me, just remember, buddy, you're a felon.
Not only that, like anybody out there, again, if you got a bit like Jeremy Hills has a business, so these people, can they hurt a business? Sure. These people though, they are fucking cowards.
There's nothing they can hurt me with. Nothing. My skeletons will dance freely. I am not ashamed of my past at all. So there's nothing they can do to me.
Well, I mean that's a good thing. You know, it's good if more people were like, if they just stand up and say no. And I know a lot of people have, by the way, but it is nasty because like what you just noted, that's been their standard MO. They go after people and they try to silence them, and it can be really nasty.
Let them. Like I said, my playground, my rules.
Oh, that's good. That's a good attitude. All right. Well, I'll continue on with it.
I'm muting again.
Okay. All right. Let's see. What's up, Cynic? Thanks for the 5. Meme monsters sentenced to cringe farming. How about sentenced to 20 years of listening to every second of 2 L's in a pod on 1 speed? That's awful, dude. That is all. You know, I went through like I said, I try not to make it a habit because I can't stand sitting down and listening to that trash. But the last live stream they did, they had 2 hours on. I wanted to make sure, again, everything that was brought up, you know, about the Ohio, I wanted to make sure that I understood it. So I wanted to know the Ohio and I wanted to know the bankruptcy hearing, both of those. So I went through with the transcript and listened at 2 speed. Oh, and that was too much. It took me forever because I was like, I got to stop. I can't, you know, most of the time it was, and the sound is so annoying. It's awful, man. Carolyn, thank you for the membership. Thank you. Welcome. Thank you for the membership. Welcome to Tugs the Caroline. Thank you. Appreciate that. That reminds me of that song Caroline by Concrete Blonde, like that. See, Mom, thanks for the 5 there. That's a cute avatar, by the way. I like it. Merry Christmas, everyone. Tug, it's my birthday. Can I get a song? Heck yeah. Tina's going to be on this side of the song, by the way. Man, Tina, if you want to sing along too, you have to unmute yourself.
Let's do it.
Well, on there too, you know, on your thing, it will automatically mute you. So you got to unmute yourself, okay?
Okay.
It will automatically turn it on. Here it goes.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday, man. From both of us to you.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
We love to have you here. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Here's to another year.
Yay, that was fun.
It is fun, isn't it? I like them. I like it. All right. Let's see. Jack's mom. Thank you for the 5 there. Christmas. Yes, indeed. Merry Christmas to you too. Merry Christmas and peace be with you. Well, Merry Christmas to you and Merry Christmas to everyone out there. Thank you, Jack's mom, by the way. Dropped a gifto too as a present for somebody. Thank you for that as well. Love it. Fallen Hero. Thanks for the 10. Is that Merry Christmas? Is that how? I'll have to clip that for the kiddos. I'll translate it over and show them because that's interesting. You know, they've been interested. Well, the littlest one now because of K-pop Demon Hunter. You know, with everybody loving that show, she's been interested in other cultures. So, you know, that is a bridge there. So it's awesome. And thank you for being here, my friend. As always, appreciate you. What is that? Shaman. I don't know. I don't want to call you Sham. No, I don't like that. Thanks to the 4. I'm not sure of the pronunciation. Thanks for the 4 months. Merry Christmas. I know I butchered all the time. Tug, Megan, Tina, chat members, and all of our family. Yes, both birth and found families. Indeed. Love to all you folks. It's again another reason that we post this stuff up on. I know you can get more turnout on different days that aren't Christmas, but at the same time, I wanted all of you to feel like we had something prepared for you. And I'm glad Tina came in too. That's awesome for that day. That's for everybody. William, thanks for the 10. The best gift, twisting my gut, was undone without surgery. That's awesome, dude. Discharged late this afternoon. Hopefully the troublesome he can be dealt with without surgery. That's awesome, man. That is great, great news. I'm proud for you, and I hope everything else is worked out as well. That is awesome, though, dude. Just Jay, thanks for the 5 there. This is amazing. What a Christmas. Thank you for coming forward. Indeed, indeed. I think Tina having the guts to come forward and to talk about this stuff and to be a witness too, I think that was hey Tina, you're still there, I'm sure. Can you unmute her? Okay.
I'm here.
I know you're right there with it. So when you came forward as well, I really have to say, like, wanting, being able to get down there and to testify, or being willing to testify rather, that's a big step. What really motivated you to say, hey, yeah, I'm willing to do that?
I'm tired of the lies. Lies. They need to stop. I did it for Jeremy. I did it for George. I did it for the whole team. But mainly, I did it for that little girl.
Yeah. Well, they talked about, she said that, I guess to you that, I guess she made this clear to more than just you, from what I'm understanding, from what I'm hearing from some other sources, let's say, as well. But that she would just go in and she would lie about her part and Bruce's part in something.
Yeah, it was going to be just a friend. Her and a friend. She was not going to give Bruce up for nothing. And no, you're going to give Bruce up. He got you in this mess. You're going to get him up. But unfortunately, we know she didn't show.
Isn't that wild? You didn't think, you didn't think she wouldn't show up, right?
I was on the fence. But after being told by the judge, no Zoom link allowed, you must be here. Yeah. Any normal person would have gotten their butt in the car and drove to court.
Right.
That's contempt. That's jail. That's fines you can't pay.
Well, you're going to, at least, if nothing else, even if it doesn't go that way, you're not going to win that way.
Absolutely. I think what she thought was probably, well, she's not here, so we'll continue it out. That's.
Oh, I think I lost you there again. Lost your sound. I'm going to continue on, and when your sound comes back, we'll see.
Okay.
Oh, there it is. I got you. There you are.
I don't even know where I was. When
you were saying, like, her thought was that she thought if she wasn't there, then
oh yeah, a continuance. Mm-hmm. And these judges, they're not going to keep doing this continuing crap. And she's hanging her hat on everything that Bruce and this other, what's his name, Jerome.
Yeah, with Saran wrap. Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but
you call him Jerome. I call him Jerome a lot, actually.
Yeah, that dude. Yeah. Not too many tools in that shed are sharp.
Well, it's strange because, like you noted, they told her that filing at the last minute, according to her, was acceptable. When she didn't show, she said that John had a doctor's appointment, that was their advice to her not to do something, that everything would be okay.
She doesn't listen. I told her it's not okay. The judges don't like that. Anybody that has to go in front of a judge, everybody knows when you're summoned to court, you go.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, you would think so, because a judge can take away every right and every liberty that you have.
Yeah, look at what they did to Jeremy last year on that temporary order that should have only been in effect for 10 days, and it lasted 10 months.
Yep. Yeah.
They stripped him of his constitutional rights. That's no, you don't do stuff like that.
No, that's That's a dastardly thing, too. Gross, man. Just thinking about that protective order. Meanwhile, they have the audacity to talk about protective orders, and
Yeah,
and their liberties.
while they're filming him going down his road
Right.
and audio
Do you know
clipping
about the
him.
cameras, by the way? What do you know about cameras?
I know that she has them on the fence and on the property. I do know that she did not have control of them at one point.
So they were not hers, or
No, no.
yeah,
I mean, now I don't know if John had, access, but the way I kind of took the conversation was that was something that she was not to mess with, so to speak.
I took it as those weren't her cameras. I thought the two L's, they said a couple of times that they had cameras put in. That's the way
Yeah.
I took it.
I think the ones that she's referring to are the ones we keep seeing these clips of the truck. Hers are mounted on the fence.
That's wild, man. I can't even imagine, especially with a protective order. I don't know, but I mean, again, you got to hear the mindset, behind all of that, and I mean, it sounds like they figure nothing can ever happen to them.
They think they're untouchable, and to a certain extent, they have been.
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to get people to spread the word. If you have the receipts, send them in. Let's show these people they're no better than us. We follow the law,
Well, it's crazy because if they had gotten their protective order situated and everything, they would have had it granted. They would damn well want somebody to abide by it. But
oh, absolutely. I mean, she's calling on everything he does. I mean, the man can't sneeze her away without her calling somebody. And it's disgusting. They are weaponizing the courtroom. They're weaponizing the protection. And it's sickening.
While pretending that other people are weaponizing it at that. That's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah. And it's like these people, they need to wake up. They seriously need to wake up, because what she is saying over there, I'm here to tell you, it's a bunch of bull.
Yep.
The grass is not greener on that side of the fence. The only reason you're seeing it green is there's a big old bull in that pasture out there, and it's laying hockey pucks.
Yeah, and it's not providing receipts. That's the crazy thing,
No, that's why, guys, I know you're in here listening. I know you are. If you have a receipt, you don't even have to attach your name. Just send it over.
Some people have. I mean, again, some people have for different fundraisers. I mean, some of the stuff that we've already been given. I am curious again about people writing checks and who was
Me
cashing
too.
anymore. Yeah.
Amazon receipts, gift card receipts.
Yeah. When people bought gifts, yeah. Anything that you have that provides any shipping or anything else. I'd be curious about it.
Don't go on to any more of their fundraisers. There's one out there in the UK for that what's his name? What's his name? Vomit?
Yeah, close enough.
Well, that's how he's being paid to write the trash. So y'all stop funding that. Maybe if we stop funding these people, they'll shut up.
No, they'll never. They'll just that's what they that's what they are. They are paid harassers. But
well, one of them's on probation. The other one not too far away from being, the parole board. So
they just don't. I mean, they ultimately have decided. Oh, by the way, folks, tomorrow I found something quite amazing. Hale, you made a big mistake. Oopsie. So I got a hold of a really, really interesting screw up that they had, like a pretty profound screw up that we'll talk about tomorrow. I got to do a little redaction on it, but holy moly, that'll be really fun too. I love it. God, I love the 12 bombshells of Christmas. They've been amazing. All right.
Yes, they have. Okay, I'm muting again.
All right. Angela Quinn. What's up, Angela Quinn? How you doing, by the way? Hope you're doing good. 39 months. Amazing there. Merry Christmas to everyone. Thank you, Todd, Mons, Megan, You know, wow, I think this is the 4th year got me through the holidays. Tug. Ria Raya, man. Well, I'm glad that you're here. And I'm glad so many of you are here. And I'm glad that, again, that live streams, they help. You know, a lot of people don't realize like how much they can. And they help me too. I love being out here. So thank you. Thank you all for being here too. Sailor Duck Jupiter, thanks for the 2. Merry Christmas, Tug. Well, Merry Christmas back at you. Thank you for that too. Appreciate it. Something to bark about. What's up? I love that picture. Like I said, it's so cute. Thank you for the 5 giftos again. Ho 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 ho! Indeed, love it.
Did you see her? Did you see her video of the dancing cactus and her chihuahuas barking at it?
Yes.
So cute.
I love channels like that. That's what I've been telling people, like to go check out the channel, because you know sometimes you need a little bit of like a moment to just diffuse from this crazy, you know. And some people don't. They never get that chance. They never take that chance. So,
Yeah, you definitely need to walk away from it.
Yeah, you gotta
and
breathe for a minute.
take care of your mental health.
Yeah. For me,
Okay,
I
I'm
just laugh
muting
for
again.
stupid. No, you're good. Thank you, Sheila. Thank you for the 5 there. Merry Christmas to all. In case I fall asleep, Tina, thank you for coming forward. Well, thank you, and yes, indeed, thank you, Tina, as well. Green Veggies, thanks for the 5. It just occurred to me the issue between Lynette and Jeremy is religious. Is that she wants to prove she's more devoted to him. Yeah, I think some people, you know, there are terrible people out there that use religion as a bludgeon, and they want to beat you over the head with it and make themselves superior. That has happened all throughout history. It doesn't have to be just one religion either. People, they will use any tool available to them, and they will beat you, you know, again, tell you how right they are, and tell you that God is on their side, and they will use it to do awful things, or to have other people do awful things in their names. So, yeah, we've seen that, and it's gross. Bradley the Sloth. I love that freaking Timu crew picture, by the way. I love it to go with it. For the arm warmer. Indeed. Indeed. Sometimes your arms have to be warm too. That's right. That's right. What's up, Andre? Thanks for the 2 there. Lucky tags or chicken skin covered breadsticks. Gross. Thank you. Appreciate that. Doreen, thanks for the 5 there. Happy holidays, Tug. Tugs and critters out there as well. Thanks for all you do. Hi, Tina, and thank you for your bravery. Yes, indeed. Thank you too. Appreciate you. And again, yes, thank you, Tina. Natalie, thanks for the 20 there. Thanks for streaming tonight. Thanks to Tina for being willing to tell the truth about the whole LMNOP mess. Indeed. Indeed. You know, a lot of people, they've had these, a commonality is these people will turn on them, stick the knife in, and they let it happen. And some of them beg to come back. I mean, take Miltos, for example. Look at how they treated his dumbass. And, oh, Lord, now he's in a lawsuit. Fun times. JD, thanks for the 20 there. Merry Christmas. Well, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you. Appreciate that. Kitty Kate, I like that. Thanks for the 13 months. 13 months, baby. Year and change. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas to the Tug family. Well, Merry Christmas to all of you from all of mine, too. I think the kids are just, I hear no more sounds because I think they've all, again, they were up at 3 o'clock and they were going strong all day long. Leanne, thanks for the 8 there. Appreciate that. Merry Christmas. Tug, Bug, Lug. Thank you, Tina, for being brave to help Jeremy Hale's fight LMNOP. I like that LM lap. I like that. You know, I actually like that better, you know. LM lap dancing T. Whatever. I like it. Venom. Like I said, Venom. I need reminder, by the way. Yo channel is next. We need to get you some freaking more subscribers, because you have for a long time have watched the unwatchable and reported it like many people out there, but you've done great deeds and you deserve the accolade for you need some subscribers. Thanks for the 5 there. Merry Christmas, Tug, Lug, and Bug. Package at the PO for the girls. I'll be over there right after the Christmas, the mess. So it'll either be, we'll see. Sometimes with the small one, they won't be in there tomorrow. So we'll see if they're there. If they are, I'll grab it there. And thank you, Tina, for coming forward and bringing the truth into the light even more. Indeed. And thank you for that too. Appreciate you. Sandy, thank you for the 20 there. Merry Christmas. Well, thank you, Sandy Nichols. And Merry Christmas to you as well. Appreciate you. And Jackie, thanks for the 5 there. They won't finish anything. No, they don't plan on it. Or fix the squalid living conditions. No, they haven't planned on it, in fact, Lynette said, I'm sure, hey, Tina, did she tell you as well that she thought all the money had been spent? Because that's what she told me.
Yes.
Yeah, so she has no hope of recovering money. She just wanted to put them in jail, right?
Well, at first it was that, but the more we spoke about it and the more we talked to forensic accounting, the more she wanted the money.
Yeah, she wants a decision. Like again, what's crazy is if she would just shut up and stop making threats and everything, that we would have been all good to go. We'd have been gravy. There would have been no need to ever talk about it again. She just kept making threats to you as well. She threatened me, threatened Megan, everybody else that was trying to help, but threatened you.
Apparently, I just got a message and it says to go check out Queenie's chat. It's on fire about you.
Oh, really?
Oh boy, thank you guys.
I'm sure there's going to be no by heart of the world. Wait till we talk about tomorrow. I got something else to add. Watch the flames.
Oh my goodness. And there's still somebody we haven't even touched on yet.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh my. Well,
we haven't even really gotten into the 2L subject. I mean, again, we introed it a little bit. We talked about some stuff, but there was a lot discussed. People know about the permit discussion and everything else, but there was a lot more said about her.
Oh, about her and everybody over there.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. Like. They're like, oh, well, Michelle just said these things once when she was mad. Oh, no.
No.
Yeah, she tried to put them in jail. I mean, that's the thing.
Probation officers, jail, court. She
wanted them in jail. She wanted her money, like you said, and to a degree if there was any money there, but she wanted jail no matter what.
No matter what. No holds bar.
That's amazing to me. All right.
I'm muting again.
All right. Yeah. But yes, thank you. And HG is a paycheck. They can't leave. Yes, indeed. Jack's mom, thanks for the 10. Question for Tina. I did go through those, by the way. Jack's mom, I was reading all of those. Thank you again. That's some of the questions that I threw in there, but I did go through your questions. Okay. Thanks for the 39 months. Thank you, Tina, for all that you're doing. Merry Christmas. Yes, indeed. I have to 100% that for sure. No drama muppeteer. Thanks for the 5 there. The FBI and U.S. Marshals are aware. Indeed. Marshals are law enforcement for federal courts. Doing great, Tina. This is your new friend. We spoke a few days ago. Well, there you go. Y'all have lots of friends, by the way. There are a lot of people, again, these people, they like to intimidate. You know what? Again, they've been talking shit. They tried to talk about, court, we'll get you there. Yeah, they ain't doing shit, They try
in order to get to me, they have to come to my playground.
Yeah. Yeah, they have to well, let's just say, I don't want to give them an idea. But
yeah.
They have to come to your doorstep. And in order to do that, typically, they try to financially intimidate people, with litigation. That's what these, the cronyism with shitty lawyers, they think that they can weaponize that forever.
You know what? I would chew Bruce Matskin up and spit him out and then stomp on him some more. I think I could pass the bar. Lisa, you want to go head to head?
You could have a bar off.
We'll have a bar off. I'll even provide the cracklings. I was raised in the South. I know how to fry some chicken.
Yeah, for sure. That's they're actually, you know, I know about all kinds of pig skins and everything else
There
too.
you go. We can boil us up some peanuts, have some pork rind.
There you go, man. It's like a
Let me
like a
mute.
squared out hoedown, right?
Hey, we hold on, can't we?
Yeah, that's true. I heard that. Just Jay and his comic there. Indeed. Thank you, Just Jay. Again, appreciate you. Linda, thank you for the 16 months. Merry Christmas time. Well, Merry Christmas to you too. You know, appreciate you. And thank you for being here as well. Cajun Bioquid, thanks for the 10 months. Tina, thank you for your time and insight. Stay safe. Indeed. Indeed. Stay safe. Have great holidays. You know, this holiday stretch. Oh, it's one for the, you know, it's been hot here, but one, thanks for the 5. Merry Christmas, Tug and family, and to Tina, happy holidays, and thanks for the truth. Indeed. Thank you. Appreciate you. Hey, there's Ketchup. What's up, Ketchup? Thanks for the 2. Merry Christmas, Tug and Tina. Well, Merry Christmas to you. Thank you.
Doug, let's give them a hint.
Okay.
It's snowing. That's their hint.
Oh, Colombia. You're in Colombia.
No, it's Brazil.
Well, I was just thinking, you know, the Medellin cartel.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. It's snowing.
Oh, it's
bad.
snowing. That's Florida, obviously. Obviously. Wait, are you surrounded by poppy seeds?
Oh, poppy seeds everywhere.
Yeah, Florida, of course. That's it. That's it. It's snowing there, you know.
Yeah, so there's your hint. It's snowing.
Well, you know, it's weird. I learned this weird thing. I learned a different way to rake snow. You know, I always thought that you got a snowmobile out and you try to push it off the drive, but no, apparently you push it towards mirrors. I don't really understand that though.
How does that work?
I don't know. I don't know that one. What a bunch of crazies.
Oh, I'm muting before I get in trouble.
Miss Erica, thanks for the 10 months. Merry Christmas, everyone. And thank you, Tina, for coming forward. You're inspiring. Indeed. I told her, you know, there's a lot of amazingness, you know, in coming forward, telling the truth. A lot of people won't do that. So that's awesome. Rogue Mama said that. Thanks. We're going to pre-order that Just J-Hip comic. That sounds amazing. I know it does, doesn't it? I was thinking that would be a really good one. And Rogue Mama, thanks for the 8 months too. Merry Christmas. Boy's setting up a new mini fridge and then Stranger Things. That's with the little one. She set up her mini fridge, you know, and she was setting around and she actually was watching, I think she fell asleep to some K-pop Demon Hunters though. That's what she wanted to watch. So Bunsen, what's up, Bunsen Rockin' Stone? Thanks for the 2 there. Thank you for being here, Tug and Chat. Well, thank you for being here too. Appreciate you there. Nina, thanks for the 5. Yesterday was my oldest sister's birthday and also my wife's birthday. European. So we have a Christmas baby daughter account. Man, too. Well, first of all, I have to do the doubles there. First of all, you need the short arm dance. Happy birthday. Yeah, from all of us to you, especially on Christmas. Short arms make dreams come true, baby. Love it. And let's give you the real one.
Happy birthday.
Birthday.
From both of us to you. Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday. We love to have you here. Happy birthday. Here's to another year.
Everybody in your family. That's awesome, by the way. Love you, Nina. Appreciate you there. Well, you said that's your daughter's account, so I don't know your actual name on there. So I'm going with the Nina account name. But thank you. That's awesome. Much appreciated. I hope I hope they had great birthdays. All of them. That's awesome. I have my favorites, things to do. I paid for a super before live for someone's birthday. Oh, let me see. Before the live, it didn't come up. Man, is it doing that thing again? Are you kidding me? Give me a second. Let me check. I want to see, and that's why I wonder if it has who they are on there. But I'm curious about because for a while it fixed itself again, and I'm not doubting you on that. I'm just saying if it's doing that stupid before thing, they fixed it for a minute, where it wasn't doing the whole mess on that. Give me a minute here. Trying to see if I can. Yeah, here. Let's see. I'm rolling back. Just give me 1 minute on it. Like I said, I just want to see, like, if it missed other, because if it misses one, then it misses others, and that really drives me nuts. I hate that any super chat gets missed. Oh yeah, I see that. Happy birthday to Linda. It didn't show up, man. That sucks. Let me throw this in here. I'm gonna play the song, and again, I'm glad you pointed that out. For sure, I have my favorites. Apologies for that too.
Happy birthday!
Happy birthday, Linda. What's
From
up?
both of us to you.
All of us.
Happy birthday! May all your dreams come true. Happy birthday! We love to have you here. Happy birthday! Here's to another year.
I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. And apologies for that again. I'm glad that you mentioned that, because typically I thought I wouldn't have to check those again, man. But I'm glad you said that, because I'll need to. Just Jay, thanks for the 5. I listen to 2 L's on 1 speed every night. Do I get an award? I'm working for you people. Well, yeah, you do. You absolutely do. Here's you some. You get the clap. Oh, wait, that's terrible. Spirit Walker, thanks for the 5 there. Thank you, Tina. We need more people in this world like you. Indeed, for sure. We need people that actually they feel the courage of their convictions and come out and talk about it. And Travis, what's up, my friend? Thank you for the 2 there. Merry Christmas, Tug, Lug, Bug, and all mods. Well, Merry Christmas to you, my friend. I hope it has gone well for you too. I hope it has been fun and yet uneventful. You know what I mean? I hope it has been a good one. Let me see about redirect lives. Give me 1 minute here. Let me check. Let me see. Here's Gesture J. Nope, that's for another day. That's actually for you'd be waiting a long time if I redirected to that one. Is nobody live right now to redirect here? Huh. I don't have anybody to lock onto.
Well, I'm going to say goodnight and log out. The old man wants to suffer.
That's fine. We're at the very end too. I'm just finding my person to redirect to. So
Oh.
yeah.
All right. Well, everyone have a very merry rest of your Christmas. Stay safe. Talk to you later, Tug.
Hey, it's good to talk to you. And thank you again. I appreciate you. And we are actually going to end with that anyway. So hey, just wait for 1 second and then we'll end. Okay. All right. But we're ended here. And thank you. Appreciate you. See ya.
Bye.